button. Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. Happy Friday. It's good to see you all. Mr. J Snaps in the house. Good to see you, Justin. APUs in the A330s are very unreliable. U.S. Airways always used a fire truck behind the plane when forced to turn on the APU at the gate. I don't know if that's a load of crap or if that's actually true. Wouldn't surprise me, though. Flying Jackal, thanks for the host, man. Good to see you. Sweet and Zesty, welcome aboard. I think we got everybody. How you guys doing? I'm doing fantastic. It's been a week. We did some No Man's Sky on Wednesday. That was a hell of a good time. That's going to go up on YouTube tomorrow morning. I meant to have it up there this morning, but I kind of forgot. I was out late last night having dinner and drinks and ice cream and all that good stuff. So I didn't get a chance to put it out there. So yeah, anyway, that'll go live tomorrow. That was a whole lot of fun on Wednesday. We're gonna pick that back up next Wednesday as well. Rendezvous with Destiny. Good to see you, man. But so we're here, man. We're here. It's a Friday. My wife's out of town this weekend. Secretly, I'm not supposed to be happy about that, but secretly, I'm just like, I get a free weekend to do nothing. Actually, I got a full docket this weekend of crap to do, but that's okay too. Real quick, let's run through the subscriptions there. Lumberhacks, I don't know if Lumberhacks is here, but Lumberhacks, thank you very much for your welcome to Beer of the Month Club. Actually, he resubbed, unless he hasn't hit the button yet. That might be what it is. Black VQ35HR, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Though, thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Exterminator24 here for 7 months. Apparently, my credit card hasn't maxed out yet. That's good. I like to hear that. Thanks for the money, bro. Cheers, my friend. Scooby-Doo1558's here for 3 months. He gets his racist scene. He says, thanks for the show. Thank you very much for your support. Cole Freeman95 is here for 6 months. Cole Freeman, thank you very much for your support. Cheers. K-Buff88 is here for 3 months. Cactus Nostalgia. I know, dude. I'm kind of excited to fly as a cactus tonight. I saw this livery, and I'm like, this is the one I have to fly. Thank you very much, man. Joe Nurse is here for 6 months. He says, happy Friday from Chicago. I'm going to say that's a picture of Chicago. Holy crap, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did see that. That is a picture of Chicago. That's terrifying, too. Thank you very much, Mr. Joe Nurses, for your support. Jay Snap's here for 7 months. Oh, no, you're the second 7 month I see, Jay Snap. I think Exterminator got you beat on the resub there. But, Justin, thank you very much for your continued support, sir. It's quality crap, but still crap. Yeah. Let's go for it. Mr. Disco Crap, thank you very much for 2 months, sir. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate it. Papa Whiskey Mike is here for 6 months. He says 6 months enthusiastically. Thank you very much for your support. Quantident's here for 7 months, and Quantident also says an enthusiastic, oh yeah, 7 months. Nero Virax, good to see you. Anybody else I missed here, I apologize. Mount High FSX, I missed you. Good to see you. Kazmatis, welcome aboard. Good to see you guys. We got through all that, right? You pretty much can fast forward 45 minutes if you're watching this after the fact, and that's probably about the time that we're going to do something interesting. Sorcerer Dave's here for 7 months. Oh God, where did these 7 months go? I know, Dave. I caught a little bit of you earlier, Dave, man. I love the fact that you're like trolling through the dredges of GOG trying to find interesting stuff to play. So cheers to you, man. If you guys aren't following Sorcerer Dave, you really should be. He's quite the hoot, quite entertaining. Troll's Choice, good to see you, man. MJ Smith, good to see you. DO66, welcome aboard. So, anyway, I know the IXEG 1.2 patch came out this week, and that's kind of a big deal because that opens up like proper X-Plane 11 compatibility, and that kind of makes all that stuff a little bit more interesting. But I didn't feel like flying the 737 this week. I've been dying to fly this 330 for a long, long time. Like I've had the X-Plane 11 version in my hangar for about 2 months now. And every time I try to come back to it, like something comes out, something more interesting tickles my fancy. So I decided to forego the IXEG this week. There are tons and tons of people that are flying the IXEG. So if that's what you want to see, I'm sure that there will be somebody even alongside me streaming that thing tonight. But instead, I decided to go with the 330. And I was looking at routes today, and I was thinking, okay, we could do our usual 2 hour and a half long short hops, or we could go for one big long flight. Because people keep saying, why don't you do longer flights? And I'm like, because they're boring. And we're going to prove that today when we do a 2 hours wheels in the air flight. Wings in the air, whatever you want to say. Wheels up inside the fuselage. Which means that it's going to be, if you're tuning in right now, it's 7:11. It's probably going to be after 10 o'clock Eastern time before we're finished with one flight. That sounds real appealing, doesn't it? But no, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. And it seems like if we're gonna take a big plane like this up, we may as well go for something a little bit longer. I did forget to check the VATSIM F&O to see if there's anything interesting tonight, but screw that. We're gonna fly on PilotEdge tonight. Get to Pants says I'm still a noob. You would know. Thank you very much for your support, Ashley. She's here for 3 months. Cheers. I cheers everybody. I didn't actually drink, so here we go. This is to everybody who... And Rocky Mountain Fly, who's here for 6 months. He says, check the density, altitude. Nah, we don't need to do that. Rocky Mountain Fly, thank you very much for your support. Cheers. There we go. Yeah. Blake C71's in the house. So is Lorbu. Good to see you guys. Jetstream 10,000. Squirrel, good to see you, man. The JAR 330 has been updated for X-Plane 11. Depending on when you bought the 330, you may have to pay an upgrade pricing for it. Or you can reach out to your contacts, or you can have me reach out to your contacts. We'll get you a copy. But yeah, this has been updated for X-Plane 11. It's got we'll go do a little walk around here. It's got all the cool shiny PBR stuff. I think they've even got the PBR stuff going with the ground handling plugin too. I think the work that, if you guys haven't seen the work that Val Dudes has been doing on the 727, I think he's going to have like the best damn looking PBR on the platform. But this looks pretty good too. So it's got all the shiny stuff going. It looks like it just rained here in Seattle or something. But yeah, this has been updated for 11. And the Blue Sky Star sound pack actually works as well. Crazy Diamond's here for 7 months. He says, I got the 7-month itch. I don't know what that... we're not going to go there. Wada, thanks for your continued support, man. Cheers. Luis Mons is here. Hello from Boston. Good to see you, man. Hello from Brazil with my respect, he says. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, Paul, it's good to see you, man. Happy Friday. I very much enjoy watching you play Sim Airport. That game is a hoot, and I'm definitely going to pick that up once it gets further along in its early access. Gamers Deep, good to see you, man. J10GB, welcome aboard. Nord Express EU, welcome aboard. Do we have Steve PHL's in the house? Good to see you, man. Just fly faster, he says. I know, dude. Blake C's in the house. Okay, I think we got everybody. All right. This is the JARDesign A330. So one of the things I noticed about this plane, I installed it, I got it running, I fired it up, and then it put a little bit of red text down here that basically bellyached at me until I'm circling as if you can actually see it because my face is in the way. But there's a bunch of red text down in the bottom left-hand corner that's just going boom, 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 boom. It's constantly there, and it's saying, install the ground handling deluxe plugin from jardesign.org, which I've never done before, because honestly, I don't even care about the ground handling plugin. But it wouldn't go away until I installed the damn plugin. So we have the ground handling plugin, and it works for free with this plane. But they want to charge you like, I don't know, probably like $20 or $30 to use it with anything else. Yeah, I don't really get it. I don't really like the ground handling stuff. I don't really care. But that's what we're looking at here. So if you're asking, all this ground stuff that you're seeing, this is the ground handling deluxe plugin from JARDesign. It's free with the A330, and it's paid for any other airplane because I know that's going to happen. So what do I need to do here? I need to turn the audio back up. I did turn that off. So let's do this. So when I do that, there's a whole bunch of sounds and crap on the outside here. I turned them all off because I didn't really want them interrupting my intro segment because they're kind of annoying. Retard. You don't have to... Oh, okay. Mr. Pickle says you don't have to actually install it. Go to the plugin admin to get rid of it. Got it. The fire truck is being put there by the ground handling plugin, yes. J10GB's here for 7 months. He says not quite everything. 7 months hype. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much for your continued support. I can't believe we're at 7 months already. It's crazy. Blue Smasher 2000's in the house. Good to see you, man. So yeah, let's hop inside this thing. Get it up and running. I haven't flown the 330 in a very long time, but rest assured it's basically the same as the 320, which I did recently fly, although rather poorly. So we'll get this thing up and running. We'll get this thing going. So we'll start with the batteries. Battery 1. Battery 2. APU battery can come on. We do have ground power available to us, so we'll turn both of those on. It's going to get this sucker coming to life, make it sound real nice. And then we'll start from left to right. So we'll do with these thingies up here. We'll turn the IRSs over to nav, or the ADRs. ADIRS? What does AD in IRS stand for? Somebody tell me that one. So we'll do that. Left panel looks good. Center panel, we're going to leave the fuel pumps off for the time being. We've got external power on. Fantastic. We'll adjust the temperatures in here because they'll bellyache about that soon enough. But I'm not going to worry about setting any of that up right now. Anti-ice is off. Probe and window heat's off. External lighting, we'll turn on the nav and logo lights. We'll leave everything else off. The no smoking sign can come on. The seatbelt sign can stay off. And the emergency exit lights can go to armed. Moving over to the right panel. We don't have to do anything with the right panel, right? Okay, great. Fantastic. Let's also come down to the center panel, and we'll turn up the integrated lighting. That way we can actually see what's going on in here. Great. Fantastic. And then we'll get the IRS alignment going. So we'll come on down to the FMC. I'll bring my zoom in here just a little bit further. Actually, if I do this right, I can do the FMC, and I can also play with the weather down here too, if I so desire. So in it, and we're gonna be flying today from KC, flying down to KDEN, and that will start the IRS alignment. That'll give us a good 5 or 6 minutes, 7 minutes it looks like, to get that thing going. And then we'll do fuel, passengers, and all that stuff here in just a few minutes. I do need to call clearance up, get our clearance, so we can get out of here, which means I need to make that VHF 1 and turn you on. Let's see what we got here at Seattle. McDo! sorry, it's the McDo. My bad. Even squirrels jumping in on the triggered. We'll be flying out of here on the Atome 1. Hopefully flying out of the Atome 1. And we got the Seattle chart up here. Clearance delivery is going to be 128.0. 128.0. Why did this tablet turn off? Why does this tablet ever turn off? Please don't turn off, tablet. Perfect. You're digging this new music. Well, there's no music right now. I don't know what you're talking about with music, unless you're like 10 minutes in the past. 2 a.m. is very early. It's either early or late, depending on how you're looking at it. I think somebody mentioned that already. So this, I know that the JAR stuff has had issues with PilotEdge, and sure enough, it does, because we're showing a frequency of 199.998, and we're showing a frequency down here of 118.3. So if I recall, I need to go to, oh dear, the data ref editor. And what are we turning? Are we turning the battery on here? I think it's the battery. Battery on 1, if I recall. Because that's what PilotEdge is looking for to say, should I even function? So by doing that, PilotEdge now knows that we have a battery. And let's see. 118.3. I did a thing. Of course, it's the wrong frequency. 128.0 is actually what we're looking for here. Yeah, battery on. There you go. And yeah, that's if you're flying on PilotEdge, you have to do that. I think Keith was going to fix that. I thought Keith was going to fix that logic, but it's okay. That's just a problem with how JAR's got all their custom crap going. Let's pop outside this thing. So we're going to call up Seattle clearance. Let me get my pad and paper here. We're going to ask for an IFR clearance to Denver. And we're going to be Cactus 717 tonight. So AWE 717. And we're going to be CSEA 2DEN. CRAFT. X-Plane 11 or P3D? This is X-Plane 11. McShiggity Pilot, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Welcome aboard. Pilot Master, welcome aboard. Steady Level Sim, that's close enough. Mr. Chow, good to see you. Visiting our in-laws in North Andover. Nice, dude. You're not too far away from me then. I'm about a half hour, 40 minutes from North Andover. In fact, I'll be in North Andover on Sunday. I'm gonna hopefully go flying. Mega Boss, welcome aboard. Parallax 4D, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Parallax, I thought you were already subscribed. But welcome aboard, man. JPJ, welcome aboard. The Boeings are looking for this imposter, and they aren't happy. Oh, yeah, shoot. We are an A330 in Boeing country, aren't we? I didn't even think about that. All right, so let's call clearance up and get skedaddle out of here. Oh, we got the wrong...
Taxi via Lima.
We got the wrong sound card. It's on communication. It needs to be on ATC. Let's try that now. Giant Unicorn, welcome aboard. We are almost there. 5 more minutes. Approaching minimums. Welcome aboard. Padawan, good to see you. Only one flight tonight, man. It's a 2-hour flight. It'll be after 10 o'clock by the time we get down there. Guaranteed. Because it's going to take us at least another half hour, 40 minutes just to get off the ground. and it's a 2-hour flight. KJoe11, good to see you. Met747, welcome aboard. Stealth Bob, good to see you, Bob. Happy Friday. Stealth Bob, is your son Matthew in attendance again? Or was that a one-time deal? Urban Orange, good to see you. I'm glad I could help. Seattle clearance, Cactus 717, IFR to Denver.
Cactus 717, Seattle clearance on request, standby.
That's a new voice. Sully 717. I just picked up HBO through Amazon, and I noticed that Sully is on HBO. So I might finally go watch the Sully movie because people keep saying that it's okay. There are quite a few new voices. Yeah, I just haven't had time for flight simulation. So aside from these streams, I really haven't been flying that much lately. Like the last time I flew was the stream, and the last time before that, I think I flew one random flight with Ben Levy.
Denver Airport, Atomy 1 departure, Normie transition then asphalt, climb via SID except maintain 9,000, squawk 3716.
Go to the Denver Airport, Atomy 1, Normie, as filed. Climb via SID, except maintain 9,000. And squawks 3716 for Cactus 717.
Cactus 717, read back correct.
JFK Ramprat, good to see you, man. He says Sully was good. Yeah, everybody I've talked to said it was pretty good. I'm just always hesitant about, I'm hesitant not just about aviation movies, but about any movie that covers anything even remotely technical. Like you think about computer hacking movies and things like that. Like they're usually just like universally garbage. So like that Sully, it took a lot of convincing for me to even consider that Sully was perhaps a good movie. Okay, so let's pop in here. Let's get our people and fuel loaded in. I gotta remember how to do this. So this one we use the load sheet, and we'll see what SimBrief is telling us to file in here. Okay, what is this telling me? Is this telling me it'll tell me my zero fuel weight. So I want to get my zero fuel weight up to 339.3. So let's just load all the people in. That's cargo. We want people. Just max out the passengers. Okay. 339.3 is going to be in Imperial United units. So 333. 339.3 divided by 2.2. So 154,200 kilos is what we're looking for here. So we need a little bit more on the fuel weight, or a little bit more on the cargo. That looks close enough to me. And then SimBrief is telling us that we need fuel of 46,000 kilos. Or 46,000 pounds. Let's do the same thing that we just did. 46. Let's do 47,000. Divided by 2.2. 21,000. Let's say 22,000 kilos of gas. So where's my gas? Where is my gas? Story of... Oh, gas is down here. So 22,000 kilos. We'll say go ahead and load that up. I could have also loaded it up here, I think. Perfect. Okay, you go away. You go away. KTM guy here for 4 months. Glad I didn't lose my race to sea. Time to get a beer. Cheers, my friend. Thank you for your continued support. Sweet and zesty, good to see you. I think I already said hello to you, but hello again. Mile High FSX, I did say hello to you. Rule of thumb, don't get into playing with Tom Hanks. Yeah, no kidding. Apache X2, good to see you. Young Pilot 91, welcome aboard. X-Plane's always on Friday. Overpar Duffer, good to see you, man. One long flight with no potty break. Adult diapers are proudly sponsoring this stream. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Guarantee you there will be both a potty break and an alcohol break at some point in the middle of this stream. All right. So that's people and fuel coming in. Or no, that's just... Actually, are we loaded? So when I change the load sheet, it does actually load the plane. I think it does. Yeah. So there is no press load button to actually bring people in. So it's loaded up. Okay. So let's come on down here. Let's go to the flight plan. KC to KDEN. So we're leaving Seattle on the Atomy 1. departing on 3-4 right is what we're planning for on the Atomi 1. And we're taking that all the way to Normie. Pop that in there. Insert that. And then after Normie comes J90. So we click that guy. Nope. We click that guy. We go to Airways. J90. We're taking that all the way to MWH. MWH. Pop that in there. Insert that. All the way to the end of MWH. After that, we're going to go direct to LKT. LKT. Let's clear that discontinuity. After LKT, we're going to go to Tuvok. VOC. And then we're going to go to Denver. So we'll insert that. Click on Denver. What is Denver landing right now? At this very second, the winds are 200 at 14. I'm going to consult the My Flight Route ATIS here. myflightroute.com. Let's go to their ATIS player and do KDEN. Departing, so they're using 16 left, 16 right, 17 left, 17 right. Okay. So if we take a look at the airport diagram, and we turn that guy, and they're using the 16, so they're landing to the south. So they're going to bring us in, I believe, on 16 right. That's what we'll plan for. So we'll plan for the ILS 16 right. We're coming in on the Molten 3. Molten 3. And we're coming in, approach via. ILS 16 right. I gotta look at the arrival and figure out last point on this arrival, and that'll tell me what the fix is going to be. Because with Denver, all of the stars connect directly to the approaches, so you can basically just punch it in and fly RNAV all the way in without having to get vectors or anything. Like, everything connects. So we're gonna come in on, what did I say we're on? Forgot already. Molten 3. We'll do this. Molten 3. Grab you. Go to page 2. That ends on Waskell. So I bet Waskell is going to be an approach via. Completely wrong on that. What? Well. So I lied. Waskell doesn't even show up on this. Whatever. No via. We're coming in via the CKW transition. Insert that. Insert that. Close that. So we're gonna go through and verify this entire flight plan before we do any further, because my trust in this airplane is 0. So we're gonna depart 3-4 right on the Atomi 1 departure. The Atomi 1 from 3-4 right says fly to Dodvi, and then to Whirl, and then to Atomi, Senex, KTSAP, Gooby, Bear B, Rain, and Normie. Okay, Jesp, and then Normie. Okay, and then that's good, that's good, that's good. Then the Molten 3 arrival. Coming from Cherokee, we're going to go Cherokee to J-Long to BK, and there's an altitude restriction at BK that's in there. From there, we're going to go to Sawyer. Sawyer? We'll go with Sawyer. After that's coming Molten. Following Molten, we got Wookiee, Rams, Amok, blah, 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 all the way down to Waskell. And then we have vectors that take us into the arrival from there. Okay, so it programmed the FMC correctly. I'm proud of you, Jar. I'm proud of you. These planes have come a very, very, very long way. So real quick, I'm going to brief this departure since we had the chart up here. So on departure, we're going to fly heading 343 until 940 feet, at which point we're going to go direct to the Dodvie intersection. We need to cross Whirl at or above 3,100, Atomi at or above 5,000. We're climbing all the way to 9,000, and we have a top altitude restriction at climbing restriction, I should say, at Gooby, where we can not go no higher than 9,000. Let's make sure that that's in there. Gooby minus 9,000, perfect. From there, we'll have Bearby, Rang, Jespi, and all that good stuff until we're all the way up. I imagine at some point we're just going to get climb to, climb maintain flight level 1 or 0 or something, which negates all of that. But we do need to make sure we keep an eye on that Gooby. Gooby 9,000 is going to be the one thing that would potentially throw us for a loop on this one. Whoops. One thing that would potentially throw us for a loop on this one. So, yeah. All right, so let's go to the init page. Let's start punching in some more data here. So from SimBrief, we've got a cost index of 60. And our cruise flight level is going to be 390 today. We're going super high. Oops. 390. This French plane, it don't like the way American do thing. It's a bad French accent. That's all I got, though. 154,000 pounds. We got 22,000 a block weight. Extra time is 100 minutes. That's about what we're looking for. Iowa Flyers here for 7 months. 7 months. Time sure flies. I know, man, doesn't it? Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much for your continued support. So very good. Jay Krause, good to see you, John. Happy Saturday, my friend. Or happy Friday, my friend. None shall pass. Big D, welcome aboard. Rudyism, welcome aboard. Spaced Andy, welcome aboard. Minimanchu Plays, good to see you. Okay. That's good. Go to the perf tab here. We're going to take off flaps. Let's see here. We'll take off flaps 1. Yeah, we can take off flaps 1. And then if we pull, actually, I think I just click that. Yep, it'll set the trim for us to 5.3. We're going to flex to 45 because we can get away with that this time. F45 because we can get away with that this time. Transition altitude's 18,000 feet. Thrust reduction at 1,000. Acceleration at 2,000. And engine out acceleration also at 2,000 feet. That's great. That's all we got to do. V1 136, VR 139, V2 143. There was no reason for me to touch any of the speeds or any of the heading information because this plane does pretty damn well at taking care of all that for us. I will set the altitude, though, to 9,000 feet. Good there. We'll put ourselves over in American units. We'll grab the weather here in a second. We'll set the transponder, and then we'll grab the weather, and then we'll look at getting out of here. So for the transponder, we're looking at 3716. 3, 7, 1, 6. Go straight to TARA, auto. Good to go, or on, good to go there. And then let's grab the Seattle weather. The Seattle weather currently is stalling as I try to make my way over to grab the weather. Seattle is not the Class C that is Portland, but rather the Class B that is Seattle. Winds are 280 at 5, 10-mile visibility, clear skies. Altimeter's 3010. Should be a nice day. 3010. Good there. And so we've set the FMC up. We've set the glare shield up. We've got our transponder all set. Let's move the overhead panel, get the APU turned on. Master switch, start. We'll go ahead and bring the 4 fuel pumps on as well at this point. As soon as the APU comes online, and we make sure that we are on APU power, we will then tell everybody to get the hell out of here. Be gone! Leave my plane alone. No more ground handling. Okay, APU gen's on. Let's go ahead and turn the no fasten seatbelt sign on. Fasten, no seatbelt. None shall pass. Seatbelt, fasten. Thing. Go to the ground handling plugin. Do the Josh Gibbs thing here where we watch them all drive away. Drive away all. See ya. Close my doors, too, while you're at it. Doors, close all doors. These things don't go very fast, do they? So we're just going to sit here and wait for a few minutes. I know we're going to have to turn the outside sounds off, so let's do that real quick. External sounds, those have to come down to like 10% because the Blue Sky Star sound pack is like ridiculously noisy. And they're still going. My Cessna Sim project, good to see you, man. Happy Friday, sir. Hope you're doing well. Cal Rock, welcome aboard. Bad Beaker, good to see you. Not a lurking while I make some dinner. That sounds like a plan. If you're going to do an awful French accent, you may as well do it on Bastille Day. When is today Bastille Day? My knowledge of anything French is pretty bad. Where's the TCAS emote? Yeah, no kidding. I don't have any more emote slots, man. I got 233 sub points. I need 300 to be able to get the next emote slot. And then we'll get some hot TCAS emote action going. Why are my doors not shutting? Close the doors. Don't open. I think the plugin actually opened them up again as it was pulling away. Meanwhile, the Jeopardy theme song plays. How many subs I got? About 217. All right. Called the pushback. I don't know why the ground power is still there and connected. Assuming that's going to be the last thing that goes away.
Retard.
Yep.
Retard.
Bad Beaker, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Can't you just farm sub points? Must be some repetitive quests you can do. If I were doing this full time, I'm sure I could grind away and you know, and go all day. Then maybe we could get some more points. Nah, it's cool. Yeah, look at that. Right there. Grab my wheel, pick me up. Oh boy. That was really weird. I'm not sure why I did that. I don't know why the ground power... Oh, the ground power is probably connected because I still have the ground power. It's not on. Okay, we'll turn the APU bleed on. Get this thing cooled off here. Well, we're going to back into all these guys when we push back here anyway, but that's fine, whatever. Go and disconnect the park brake.
Park brake off.
Yes, it is. And we'll turn the beacon on. And we'll turn on a nav lights and logo lights are already on, so we'll get the sucker pushed back. Push it back. Starting, so ignition on, we'll start with engine number 2.
Starting engine 2.
Wouldn't be the first time. On either the A330 or the 320, I dragged a fuel truck all the way to Seattle one time from Denver. That was pretty eventful. Let's see which way. Nope, that's the wrong way. Once we get our push back, we'll do number 1 and take a peek at that engine. It's like my coworker when we use the tug to move planes. I like it. RC Flyer, good to see you. Happy Friday, welcome aboard. DB Vetter, welcome aboard. Flash 23, welcome aboard. I don't think you paid to pay for a ticket, DB Vetter. Freeloader. Usually how it goes, though. Oh, I love the sound pack so much on this plane. It's so good.
Before start checklist completed. Park brake on.
Park brake on. Get rid of you. Let's go to the McDo menu. Turn the camera shake off. Turn the FO all the way down.
Down. Down.
Down, down, down. That's right. Alright. good there. I don't like the first officer. He talks like he gets hung up on the checklist stuff sometimes, and it's not like the checklists are not really fantastic, so we're not gonna worry about it. All right, start engine number 1. Zerg Forever, welcome aboard. 4 flight's good stuff. If you're gonna use it in the real world. If you're not gonna use it in the real world, I'd just go get Navigraph or something. And also, if you're gonna use it in the real world and you're in the US. Flash 23, I've not used the new IXEG update yet. That'll probably be next week. Or maybe Sunday if I decide to stream. Yeah, the new Navigraph stuff is pretty, it looks pretty slick. Like, part of me wants to pick it up just to have it, but I'm so used to using 4-flight at this point. And it's also part of my real world, my real world flows that no need for it. Okay, if you bleed off, master switch can come off. Take that sucker down. We got 2 good engines. We'll bring the igniters off.
Retard.
And arm the spoilers. Auto brakes to max. Brake fans can come on, and flaps to take off. Come on outside here. Do our flight control check. It's really quiet outside, but it won't be for long.
Retard.
UberBot here for 7 months says, hey guys. Hey Uber. Thank you very much for your continued support, sir. Cheers. SimPilot205 also here for 6 months. Thank you as well. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. All right. Full right rudder looks good. Full left rudder looks good. Left aileron. Right aileron. Full back. Full forward. Is my aileron drooping? No, it's not. Okay. Alright. Turn you down a touch. Let go of the park brake here. Push it forward a bit. Do a brake check. Brakes are good. And we'll be tuning into ground. Getting tower queued up and ready to go. Ground's 21.7. 21.7. And tower for 3-4 right is going to be 19.9er. All right. Turn that up just a little bit more. I'm still tweaking the sounds for the Blue Sky Star stuff. All right. Grab our center line here. Time to get out of here. Yeah, Shamrock, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Civ81, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday to you, sir. Thank you very much for the bits. Center ground, Cactus 717 is coming out of the south ramp with the weather.
Cactus 717's yellow ground on a 3-4 right, taxi via Bravo.
3-4 right via Bravo, Cactus 717. Okay, Bravo's going to be to our straight ahead and then to our left. Tricking out of a Boeing Cup while flying an Airbus. That's a good idea. If I had a Boeing Cup, I'd totally do that. All right, clear to the right. Clear to the left. Get some taxi lights on. There we go. Cactus 717 heavy. That's true. I don't have to say heavy. He has to say heavy. It's not required. It's recommended I say heavy, but I don't have to. The wheels aren't spinning. Spinning out here. 330. Oh, it's a 330-200. Okay. I had this thing in as a 330-300 for sim brief, but whatever. It's basically the same. I think the aim basically says that you should do it. But my understanding is that you're not, the controller is required to. All right. This taxiway is kind of funky. I'm back to running the default Seattle because the Boeing country Seattle had some issues. A dash 200 is shorter. I think the 200's on SimBrief, but I may be wrong. It's on initial contact, you say heavy. Yeah, and you would say it to anybody that's below, like you don't say it to center, but you say it, so ground, tower, approach, you'd say it to. All right, 19 Niners Tower. Let us grab departure. 120.4.
United 465, connect Oakland Center 128.7.
20.4, okay. Seattle Towers, Cactus 717 Heavy, short 34 right.
Cactus 717 Heavy, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff, wind 270 at 5.
Clear for takeoff, 34 right, Cactus 717 Heavy. Okay, we got lights. Good. Camera. Radio set, action. 1, 2, and oh, they're up here. 3, good enough. All right, clear to left. Yep. Go to the right. Yep, too late now. We're already on the runway.
465 Oakland Center, roger. Descend via.
Let's turn him down.
For arrival. Base San Francisco altimeter.
Turn you up.
01.
Here we go. Engines up. Stable. Flex 45. Power set. Airspeed's alive. $100 knots. V1. And positive rate gear. It's 1,000 feet, power comes back to climb.
Cactus 717, connect departure.
Departure 717, we'll see it. Yeah, way better than Sunday, no kidding. All right, nose down a bit here. Seattle departure, Cactus 717 Heavy, 2,500. Atom 1, accept maintain 9,000.
Cactus 717, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000.
15,000, Cactus 717 Heavy.
United 465, connect NorCal approach to 1.3.
Okay, up to 15,000. Flaps can start coming in. So we just got one notch to deal with here, so bring the one notch in, bring the autopilot on. Hey, this plane's actually climbing at 500 feet per minute like it's supposed to. Nope, it's slowly bringing the nose down.
United 465,
how loud is this going to be?
San Francisco altimeter 3001.
It's not too bad. Let's bring that down a couple notches.
Left.
Here we go. Oh yeah. Right over Boeing Field. Suck it, Boeing. I actually don't care about Boeing versus Airbus. Whatever. Okay, looking good, looking good, looking good. Managed mode all the way up to 15,000 feet. Our taxi lights off. My turn off light can come off. Let's also turn off the FPS message. Sometimes that dips a little low. We can deal with that. Virus City, welcome to Beer the Month Club. Virus City, thank you very much for your support, sir. Cheers. Rip my sub. It happens. Good to see you, man. Happy Friday. You talk to Twitch, they might be able to fix that for you. How's flight training going? My local club lost their instructor. My plan is to go 2 hours away. At least I get to do 172 instead of a PA-28. I'll tell you, man, you know, it's interesting. Unicorn, I actually prefer training in the 28. I did my first, like, 15 hours or so in the 172. And I think I very much enjoyed the time that I've spent in the low wing planes more than I did the in the high wing. And I was talking to Ben Levy about this the other day. And I feel like when I'm in the Cherokee, like, it feels more like you're flying a plane. Whereas a 172, I don't know, it just has like a different, just because of the way the high wing feels, like it just doesn't feel quite right to me. But yeah, no, training is going well. I haven't actually flown. Oh, no, just open climb. So we're gonna do a right.
465 right.
We're gonna do a right click on the 15,000, which will put it into open climb mode. It'll basically will ignore all the altitude restrictions. So yeah, I haven't actually been up in the air for
Cactus 717 heavy, proceed direct normie.
Direct normie, Cactus 717. Okay, hang on. This is gonna be a big swinging turn we gotta make here. So let's go to autopilot back on. Go to unmanaged mode here. Crank ourselves around a little bit. I'll continue my story here in just a second. Let's see here. The normie intersection's like right there, I believe. $10,000 feet. Got our acceleration going. We can turn the lights off now.
Got it 465, loud and clear.
All right, there's my turn towards normie. Once we get direct to once we're pointed at normie, I should say, or pointed towards normie.
Heavy, connect. Seattle Center 126.6.
126.6, Cactus 717 heavy. 26.6. Seattle Center, Cactus 717, 10,800, climbing 15,000.
Cactus 717, Seattle Center, roger, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Flight level 230, Cactus 717. 23,000 feet. This plane's not doing anything very fast, that's for sure. Okay, that's pointed pretty much towards normie, so we'll come down here, turn him down a touch, hit the direct button, and we'll go direct to normie. Insert that. Now we should have a line going to normie. So we go back to managed mode. Plane will turn itself towards normie, and off we go. Rexy the Kid, good to see you, man. PA-20, it's easier to land for sure, yeah. Low wing is, I mean, it's just personal preference. I mean, but that's just kind of how I feel. We're running stock clouds. Stock clouds, what you're looking at. High wings do have good visibility. I don't have any instructors, so I can't wait. I can either wait or another club or go to the PA-28. I can either wait or start at the other club and move to the PA-28. I mean, I would do whatever gets you in the air or whatever makes you happy. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter what plane you train on. Like, I started on a 172, and it took me about 2 hours. 2 hours of flight time to get comfortable enough with the 28 to be able to solo again. So, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal making the transition between the two planes. Put the exclamation point before the word route. I have a formal place to stay when I go to here, so it's no biggie. I go there often. So yeah, the last time I flew was the 4th of July. So it's been a week and a half since I last flew a plane. I was supposed to go up on Sunday of last week, but the crosswinds were the winds were too strong at a cross, and it basically kept me grounded. The airport has been closed this entire week, so I haven't been able to even consider going up. That leaves me with this weekend. Tomorrow, I'm going to go flying with Max. We're going to go grab a bite to eat in New England at an airport. And then Sunday, I'm slated to go solo flying, and I think it might happen based on what I'm seeing in the forecast. So the problem is my airport has had the main runway closed this entire... dude, we were over 300 when we took off. My airport has had the runway closed for pretty much basically my entirety of my flight training for like the last 3 months. So we've been taking off on what is normally the crosswind runway. And that means that predominantly when I go flying, I'm landing and taking off with like 60 degree crosswinds. And that's fine when I have the instructor with me, but for solo flight, it means that I have to, it means that I'm not flying because there's very strict like requirements on what the winds have to be in order for me to go up solo. Paco Board, good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Taco 83's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Modern Art is Jard. Welcome aboard. How long is the route? 2 hours. We're showing 2.5 hours to our destination right now. I suspect that's going to go down a little bit once we're up in the air. Yeah, we got about a 2-hour flight ahead of us. Mountain right here. Goodbye, Seattle. It was nice to know you. We'll stare at the mountain over there for a bit. Is that Rainier? No, that's I don't know. Is it Rainier or Shasta? I have no idea. There's Adams. No, that's Rainier. Yeah.
Cactus 717, connect Seattle Center 125.1.
125.1, Cactus 717. $25.1. But Uni, that's awesome that you're going to start training soon, dude. Have you done any flying in a small plane? Seattle Center, Cactus 717, flight level 210, climbing flight level 230.
Cactus 717, Seattle Center, good evening, climb and maintain flight level 390.
Flight level 390, Cactus 717. I think we're going to make it to 39. The FMC didn't say we couldn't do it. That doesn't mean we can't. That doesn't mean we can do it. It just means we can't do it. Something like that. I don't know. Stanky Woo, welcome aboard. Nope, this is all stock. So you're looking at Ortho for XP for the ground textures, but all the weather, all the sky, everything else you're looking at stock X-plane. We're getting close to sunset, and that's why it's looking kind of pretty. You look in that direction, that looks really nice. Like, that might be a good screenshot right there. Oh, I need the light side of the airplane to get a screenshot. There we go. We'll do that. Let's wait till that sucker cranks itself around there. Oh, yeah.
Retard.
Bam.
Retard. Retard.
John Fly here for 7 months. Insert clever phrase here. 7-month flies. John Fly, thank you very much for your continued support. John, you're coming up on 7 months too, right, man? Cheers. And happy Friday. Happy Friday, John. Sorry to hear that, Mr. Cessna Sim Project. Give it a good refresh. That usually fixes it. Not that you can probably hear me. Vegas Flyer, good evening, man. Happy Friday. It's good to see you. So yeah, the flight training stuff is what it is. I've been working on my written test. So I've been taking practice written exams every day this past week. I'm up to just about a 90 right now. So if I can consistently find myself scoring 90 or above on the practice tests, which should be by the end of the weekend, then I'm going to go take my written. And once I do that, then I'm pretty much fair game to start doing my cross-country solos, which is the last, like the cross-country solos are sort of going to be the last big hurdle for me. I do have night flying. We got our first night flight scheduled for Thursday. But, yeah, no, the cross-country solos will be the big one. Finally found a good FSX pilot. We're flying X-plane, man. I'm sorry. Norcraft Gaming, good to see you, though. Happy Friday. Meeper95, welcome aboard. Good to see you guys. When you hear my voice, you know it's the weekend. No kidding, man. No kidding. It is Friday. You hear my voice, and we'll probably get Aerosim Gaming's voice later. Oh, man. Yeah, let's do that for a bit. Remember the first time I saw one of my streams with this plane? Probably, yeah, man. Like this, I think my top 2 YouTube videos are this plane. Like this A330 is exceptionally popular.
Get it at 465.
Which may or may not have influenced my decision to fly it. I know I've been meaning to fly this one for a while, so it was one of those. It was just time. Mike McShady Pilot says my Friday nights are Sunday nights for most people. That's a bummer, dude. At least you get a couple days off though, right? You have to do night flying. That's a separate thing from my PPL in the UK. Yeah, so there's no night flying endorsement in the US. If you're a PPL, you have the ability to fly at night. And as a result of that, there's 3 hours. There's a 3-hour night flying requirement. So for the night flying stuff, there's at least 3 hours dual night flying. You have to do a night flying cross country. So you have to do a 100 nautical mile flight to another airport. And then you also have to do 10 full stop landings in takeoff, or 10 full stop landings. So we'll basically do 2 nights of night flying. Thursday's gonna be the first night. All things, like hopefully the weather holds out. Either we're gonna do the cross country flight on Thursday, or we're going to just do touch and goes if the weather is not fantastic. Touch and goes for an hour and a half or so. 15.5 hours solo cross country's next. Nice, dude. But yeah, no. So I did all my hood work a couple weeks ago. That was interesting. Hood work was. It is what it is. Like the hood work was fun, but it was kind of like it was actually quite difficult and quite grueling and maybe not the most exciting thing in the world. And then before that, I think 3 weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, was my solo cross countries, or not my solo, so my dual cross countries that we did. So, Louis Monza, take it easy, man. Have a great night. Overpar Duffer, what are you flying in? Ben Sim, welcome aboard. Good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Any idea about job shadowing interning at a local tower facility? Probably not interning. Like if you check out USA Jobs, you can look for FAA jobs. Depends on if the tower is contract or if it's FAA too, because those can kind of go both ways. Like the tower I operate out of is contract. Session 172, cool. Kinda 808, good to see you. Stealth Talon 4, welcome aboard. Next Thursday I have a cross country with my dad's Marine base. Or to my dad's Marine base. Nice, dude. I think we're definitely doing a cross country tomorrow. So we're gonna fly. Let's see here. So Max is coming to pick me up at Beverly. And we're gonna fly from Beverly, Massachusetts.
You get it at 465.
And we're gonna fly over to. Remember where this is at. Not there. Not there. A GFL? Yeah, Glen Falls. Yeah, Floyd Bennett. So we're gonna fly. So we're gonna fly here. There's a restaurant. There's like a restaurant here that we're gonna go to, grab a bite to eat. And one of my good friends is also coming along with us as well. I think it'll be my buddy's very first time in a general aviation plane too. But yeah, so we're gonna make this trip right here. And it should be a hoot. It should be a good time. Grab some lunch, come back.
Connect Seattle Center 125.1.
25-1, 717. 25.1. Boom. Seattle Center, connect 717, flight level 330, climbing flight level 390.
Connect 717, Seattle Center, roger.
Back we go. Actually, I think we might hit an area that doesn't have ortho in this on this flight too, but I don't recall. Maybe I've got the whole thing built out now. Oh, right. 19 good to see you.
Reach on.
What do you think about the San Francisco near miss?
Reach
Oh my
on.
God, dude, that's crazy. DB Vetter, thank you very much for 7 months of support. Cheers, appreciate it. And Peter Hoover 21, I missed your sub, dude. Peter Hoover 21, welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Yes, the real dark side. That is what they're saying. Happy Friday and welcome aboard. Tigers, good to see you. Not Beverly, UK. No, Beverly, Massachusetts. You're a retard. Okay, Eduardo. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. Happy Friday. All that good stuff. So yeah, the San Francisco near miss, man. I don't know. That's crazy. Like, I think I'm curious to hear what the final conclusion is going to be when the NTSB gets done with it. But the Canadian Safety Board put out a statement on it today. So that guy was 27 feet laterally off of the taxiway, and he was 100 feet above 2 airplanes. Okay, he was 10 stories above 2 airplanes coming into land, and then he was 200 feet above the next one and 300 feet above the one after that. Like that was almost like an epic catastrophe. And I'm absolutely flabbergasted at that whole situation. Like, the fact that could even happen, or that there's even a potential that could happen, and the fact that it almost did. Stealth Talon 4, thank you very much for 4 months. Cheers, my friend. Appreciate it. McShady Pilot, that's the one we're going to. Yeah, the Aviator Restaurant. Got good reviews on Facebook and whatnot. So I figure we'll give it a go. I had to find restaurants that were either walking distance or on airport property. I didn't want to deal with a courtesy car or rentals or any of that crap. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it actually. It's going to be like this. I think the second time that I've flown somewhere for food. Pretty much, but it's not going to be the last. That's for sure. Like I think one of the main reasons why I actually want to get my license is because I want to go fly for food. Find random airport diners and places that are close to airports and whatnot, and just go gorge myself and then go home. First time I ever flown an FSX, I thought the plane was calling me a retard. Yeah, it happens. Why not paint the taxiways red or something? Well, this was at night, Joe Nurses. That's the thing. So, I mean, this was at night, and you've got. Let me see here. There's a YouTube video. It's a YouTube video that shows. Let's see if this one's got it. Nope. Cockpit. Cockpit view. I think this is the one. No. Why would you just look at the? Why would you look at the instruments and not show me anything out? Oh yeah, here we go. So this would be the view as you're coming in. This is the runway they're supposed to land on. This is the taxiway they almost landed on. And there's another runway over here. So like this is what you should be seeing as you're coming in. So that's why it's I think it'll be interesting to know what the full story is on this, because like it's very obvious if you're coming in, or it should be very obvious if you're coming in on the runway. I don't know though. Like it's crazy. Like there's going to be something come out of that. That's for sure. Someone who's driven to a different country solely to go shopping. I can respect that life goal. Dave, what country did you drive to? Where can you drive from the UK? Like, did you go to Ireland? Like, did you go to Scotland or something? $300 cheeseburgers, add fries, and fuel. $500. Oh yeah, I know. It's gonna be those types of trips are not gonna be cheap. It's all right though. I'm hoping my buddy that's coming with us tomorrow gets hooked on it though, because he's gonna be one of the people I want to go do a lot of flying with, or to be able to take up, because he's he definitely likes to go see things and have a good time. All right, 1,000 to go. Most of the U.S. done in 15. Here the approach lights weren't in operation. Oh. Well, if the approach lights weren't in operation, that starts to make a little more sense. That's why I say it. I think there's more to this story, I think, than we're being led to believe.
United 465, turn left on
I have not heard about the crash at El Monte, no. Went to France via the Channel Tunnel to buy food and wine. I like it, dude. I like it. How much does it cost for you to get to France via the Channel? And so how much does it cost and how much time does it take? T. Clark 87 says howdy from Texas. Hello from Boston. It's good to see you, T. Clark. Welcome aboard, sir. We're just coming up on our cruising altitude of 39,000 feet. On our way over to Denver out of Seattle. Once we're up in the cruise here, we're going to have 2 hours and 16 minutes. Let me see if we can speed us up a little bit. We're doing 0.79. Probably can't go much faster than that.
November 520, Mac Juliet Aspen Tower, Roger, proceeding bound the Aspen altimeter 3043.
Yeah, it's going to be a long flight. It's literally This flight plan is arrow straight until we get to the arrival, too. It's just like boom, 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 down you go.
3043, proceed inbound.
Oh, there was a NOTAM about it. Okay.
You got it at 465, San Francisco ground. Turn right on Alpha to the ramp.
Welcome to cruise. We'll turn the seatbelt sign off.
Go, it's 3455, descend on spouse discretion, maintain flight level 240.
And that's it. This is what we're staring at now for the next 2 hours. Or more. You guys asked for it. I delivered. To get John Fly to play some poker or something here in chat. Oh, you know what? Actually, hang on. This is incorrect. 4Flight's giving me bad information. 4Flight didn't get the direct 2 there, so let's see what it ends up saying now. It's gonna say like 2.5. Okay, hour 46. Hour 46 until we get to our destination. So it'll be about an hour and 15 minutes or so here on the cruise. Newbie Games asked, this FSX is X-Plane 11. Mr. Fabiano? Oh, Mr. Fabiano's not here. Never mind. Rem Bennis, welcome aboard. It's good to see you. Red Inside, Fly Inside is working on a new flight sim. Yep, I've heard about that. Thicker contrails. I think there's some modifications out there to contrails, but I'm not really sure. Pardon my stupid question, but why are the cornfields circular in the U.S.? It's not a stupid question, actually. It's a really good question. So the reason... so they're not all circular. But the reason why they're circular out here is because we're literally in the middle of the desert. So if I were to come over and look at the landscape... so if you think about how... First of all, how deserts are formed. You have a mountain range. So we flew out of Seattle, and we're kind of in this area right now. So you have a mountain range. The mountain range sucks all the moisture out of the air. And then there's no moisture left to fall once you get to the east side of the other side of the mountain. So it's all desert out here. So in order to grow anything, you have to irrigate it. And the easiest way to do irrigation is, they found the irrigation out here at least, is to do with these like circular irrigation. So you have a thing that looks like this. Okay, you have these irrigators that look like this. And what they do is they run in a big circle. They run in a big circle right out from the middle, so that these things just stick out. It's like, you know, the radius of one of these circles, like this guy right here. You can see it. Yeah, we can kind of see it right there. Oh, it's not working too well.
Sky was 3455, correct. Seattle Center.
You can kind of see it right here. Okay, so the irrigator goes out, the radius, and it basically just runs in a big circle. And that's the easiest way for them to irrigate a plot of land. So so the only thing that's growing is what's getting watered. Like, it has to be actively getting watered. So yeah, that's why you find a lot of the, especially out here in the desert areas, you find a lot of the cornfields and whatnot are circular.
Scale is 3455, Seattle Center, Roger.
Caution, chart.
Arrival, Portland,
Who's that?
3004.
I don't know who Warren is. You can post links, yeah. Mind you, we did bring a van, so it's probably less expensive to go in a regular car. I think it was about 50 quid each way during off-peak times for the tunnel. Most of the time was just driving down Folkestone. Tunnel comes out in the Calage, which is where we shopped. That's crazy, Dave. Like, the idea of taking the Channel train, I don't know. Like, that seems like such a foreign thing to me. Like, no pun intended. I know that it's really not, like, the distance-wise, it's actually not that far, but this seems kind of bonkers to me. The Daedalus is here for 2 months. Good day, mate. It's been 2 months already that it has. Thank you very much for your continued support, Mr. Daedalus. Cheers. It's easy. So Squirrel says it's easy to irrigate, but a pain to combine harvest. Yeah, it probably is. Squirrel, do they have circular fields in Farming Sim? I admittedly haven't done a whole lot of Farming Simulator, so I'm not really sure.
Actually, Roger.
It's definitely not a desert. Well, it's dry. It's drier. I don't really know too much about the landscape out here. I beg to differ. Eastern Washington being a true desert, more like arid land. Yeah, okay. So it's not a desert. It's arid land. It's less rainfall. The true deserts will come too soon. Oh crap! The 4Flight map is in the way. Thank you. No circular fields in Farming Sim. Irregular and hilly ones, though. Yeah. I love watching your farming sim stuff. Steve seems to get so into farming sim. Like that's like his life's goal. It seems to me is to do that farming sim stream every week. So it's always a hoot to watch. Which area was the Dust Bowl during the Great Depression? That was the Central Plains. So we're here. The Central Plains is kind of like this area. This area was where the Dust Bowl was at. And this is like the breadbasket of the U.S. here in the Great Plains. It's pretty much like from Denver all the way over to Pennsylvania. Like this entire section is just flat nothing. You've got the Ozarks down here in Arkansas that give you a little bit of terrain, but for the most part, this entire area is just flat. And there's just tons of farmland and pastures and everything else. Eastern Washington is high desert. I don't know. We could probably debate for days about whether it's arid versus high desert or anything like that. I honestly don't care. It's dry, and they have to use irrigation, and that's why the fields are round. What's my take on P3D version 4? Michael, good to see you, man. I am intrigued by it. I'm interested in it. I'll probably pick it up at some point. I'm incredibly happy that the ESP platform has like the P3D has moved to 64 bits. 64 bits is not the end-all, be-all savior of everything that a lot of people seem to think it is, but the fact that was a 32-bit program was probably the biggest thing that was holding that entire sim back. So opening up 64 bits and essentially allowing for more memory and more addressing space is nothing but a huge boon for everybody using that sim. And I really hope that the add-on manufacturers don't get lazy and like just end up with these memory dumps of programs. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited about the fact that that's there, because that's just going to help everybody. You know, it's just going to be a net plus. I saw that PMDG released the 737 for version 4. That's pretty cool. I've actually never flown the NGX, so I think at some point I need to get version 4. I need to get like EasyDock or Chase Plane or whatever, and then I need to get some of the core planes like the NGX and one. Like I own the Q400. Although that's not V4 compatible yet, but I own the Q400, and that might be it. But yeah, no, one of these days I'll jump into it. I honestly don't have enough time right now. Like between my real world flight training, doing the X-Plane stuff, and just life in general right now, like all I really have time for is X-Plane, and even that's debatable. Like I don't even have a lot of time for that. Try XP3D-SW. It's the best of them all. I don't know what that is. Is that an actual thing, Tom? K9 Gaming 99, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Did you call for a K9?
Turn left on Alpha 2, taxi park and be Alpha.
I didn't, but we'll take it. Looking for in-flight reading material, interest, Eastern Washington geology. There you go. J Snap is gonna kill it with a Wikipedia article. I like it. Lucian, good to see you. Is it possible to launch an A330 into space? I don't think so. I mean, maybe if you strap some JTOW, like a bunch of JTOW boosters to it, you could send it up there, but I don't think you get it back. NGX is a dream to fly. Also, the Aerosoft, Airbus, and the 747 V3 is amazing. Yeah, the 747 doesn't interest me that much. I just don't like big planes. I don't like big planes, and you other brothers can't deny, and all that good stuff. But back on arc. Oh my gosh, we can't even see the next waypoint. Oh, there it is. Got a long flight ahead of us, guys. Pooh Shark 17, good to see you, man. Found chat from Jeff's chat. Cool. Welcome aboard. What's the meal service today? Alcohol. We have wine. If you want to eat something, too bad. We have wine. Our grapes are all fermented. Would I recommend this plane? Absolutely. I've spent a lot of time over the years flying the JAR A320 and JAR A330. They are not without their faults. These planes definitely have problems. The major problems have been corrected compared to where these planes were 2 to 3 years ago, but they still have some issues. That being said, if you know what you're getting into, if you kind of, watch videos and read reviews and kind of know what you're getting yourself into, they're very fun planes to fly. And with the Blue Sky Star sound pack, they're incredibly immersive. Like, the sounds do just a huge, awesome bit to make these planes better. So I would personally recommend them, yes. Now, full disclosure, I did not buy the X-Plane 11 update. I was given a review copy of them. So let my opinions be swayed as you will. Am I familiar with a Rovi? No, I'm not. I like Aerobasque, too. There's some new stuff coming from Aerobasque. Aha. I don't know when they're going to announce it, but there's some new stuff on the horizon. I need to get wine. Yes, you do. Bad joke. Combine X-Plane P3DF. Ah, yes. XP3DS. I got you, Cessna Sim Project. I got you now. I'm a little slow. This evening. Last week flying my RC flying field, there were 3 major crashes in a row. No one was hurt. I got pretty nervous to fly for that. Holy crap, dude. That sucks. Like, how big a RC planes are we talking, man? You got any pictures? Billy OW asks for an outside view. We just did an outside view for a while. Do an outside view again. It looks like a 330. Do I have an interest in DCS or IL-2? I own some DCS modules, but it's not really my thing. Like, the combat sims don't really do it for me. I'm more about the civil aviation, looking out the window, kind of seeing the sights and going from there, and less so about the combat and just flying in a bubble. As far as problems, I mean, it doesn't fly like an Airbus. It flies Airbus-ish, but it doesn't fly like an Airbus. Any Airbus pilot is just going to destroy this plane with the things that they don't like about it. It doesn't do speed restrictions on SIDS or stars. The FMC is still prone to having periodic issues. Like, it's better than it was, but sometimes the FMC still just gets all buggered up. Yeah, you can post a link. You guys can always post a link. If it sucks, I can't help you if it sucks. Like, one of the mods might take care of you. What do I think of these new Norwegian routes? Stewart to KSWF from Europe and Norway in the 738. I don't know anything about them. KSWF to... What the hell is SWF? Really? They're flying to... Norwegian is flying to SWF? That's a really small airport. And that's a long time to spend in a 737. That's pretty cheap, though. Like, if you can get to that part of the U.S., that's not too bad. But, like, that airport is where Norwegian's flying to? Huh. I didn't know anything about it. There's no restrictions on links, man. You guys can post links. I don't ban you for them. My rule is if your link sucks or if it's pornography, you're probably not going to stick around long. ENBR to KSWF. That is insane. ENBR. God, that's a long time to spend in a 737. Holy crap, dude. That is a bonkers flight. And the fact that you're going into a little teeny tiny Class D, like, that's kind of crazy too. But I don't know, Norwegian's been doing a lot of weird routes, haven't they? Like, they've been flying kind of a lot of kind of off the wall locations, if I recall. Norwegian's flying to Denver now, 787. That makes more sense. Norwegian are starting routes from Dublin and Cork to the U.S. Cool. Why does my call sign include 717? Because 717 is my anniversary. I like that number. My anniversary is on Monday. The wife and I are going out to dinner somewhere. We have not decided where yet. I think we're going to go to the North End down in Boston. But yeah, 717 is my anniversary. Not only is it the anniversary of my wedding, it's also the anniversary of our first date. July 17th.
Skyless 3455, connect.
So it has some significance to me. And when it was time to come up with a number, that was a good one to use. As good as any. They're flying to where the people live. The 787 is an amazing creation. Do I fly any drones? No, I don't. Happy anniversary, thank you. Yeah, the north end is okay. Like, it's a pain in the ass to get down there and park. That's my biggest problem with going to the north end, but, you know, we'll find a good place to eat somewhere. Rest assured. The missus is out of town, but I'll tell her the chat said happy anniversary. I'll probably send a picture or something on Twitter on Monday. Should have been flying mostly pattern competition style planes, also flying 35% IMAC planes at times. 35% scale is still a pretty big plane, isn't it? I made this for Aerosim Gaming.
Scale is 3455, portal approach, Roger. You prefer 28 right or 28
boy. That's something special,
Scale is 3455, Roger.
Billy OW. Billy OW, welcome aboard.
Expect the visual approach, running 28 left.
Heli pilot's in the house. I'm gonna call you out, buddy. Big Dad Mower, good to see you. I'm doing well, thank you. Is the A330 coal powered? Yeah, no kidding. That's X-Plane contrails for you, man. Like, the contrails in X-Plane are just like tons of smoke coming off the back of this thing. I think I can even turn the smoke on. There we go. We'll turn the smoke on too and add even more to it. But yeah, X-Plane contrails leave a little bit to be desired. Poof, 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 poof. Yeah, I'm still waiting on that X-Viral update for sure. This is all default stock stuff for now. All right, let's turn the smoke off because that kind of freaks me out a little bit. Happy Landings 23, good to see you, man. I'm doing fantastic. How are you, buddy? It's another great weekend ahead of us. Some crappy weather on the horizon this weekend, but who cares? We're still going to have a good time. That's all I really care about. Foam electric jets. That sounds expensive. 2 engines, 2 guys with shovels and coal bins. There you go. Who needs jet fuel when you got 2 guys with shovels and coal? Am I going to get the Saab 340 version 2? Probably, yeah. I would imagine I'll be flying that plane a fair bit. Early Pilot's good to see you, man, by the way. Happy Friday, sir. Chris, you gonna be around later? I think we're gonna play some Overwatch tonight. My birthday's on Saturday. I want to treat myself to buy a plane on X-Plane that's not the MD-80. Do you have any recommendations? Absolutely, Billy. What kind of plane do you want to fly? You want to fly a big plane? You want to fly a little plane? You want to fly one that has a piston engine? One that's got a turboprop? One that's got a jet? Like what kind of plane? What kind of thing are you into? And we can definitely recommend a plane for you to fly or to buy. Here's a link for a Rovi. Try it. Okay, I'll check it out, man. Electronic flight bag. I'll look into it. I use 4Flight as my electronic flight bag. This is like kind of a 4Flight knockoff. But I'll take a peek at it. Thanks for the link. You boy. Welcome aboard. I got blocked by USD service because I downloaded way too much data from. How do you guys get half the USA from USA 2? Flight. If Flight Logic is in here, he's done a lot of stuff with USA 2. You might just have to like space stuff out a little bit, or like I don't think you can get blocked from USA 2. Like that's the U.S. Geological Society. Like that's public data. You want an airliner, okay? Well, the IXEG 737 was just updated to version 1.2 over at X Aviation. That's a good one. The 757 by Flight Factor is a fantastic plane. Uni says don't buy the SSG 747. If you want to fly 747, the SSG 747 is passable, but it's definitely not the best plane. My recommendation right now would be the 757 by Flight Factor, the IXEG 737-300, the Rotate MD-80, which you said you either don't want or already have, or maybe one of the JARs, like the 330 or the 320 would be a decent pickup. But if you don't have the 757, that's the plane I'd probably get. That thing's a real treat to fly. And it's like that FMC, that 757 is basically bulletproof too. Oh yeah, FlyJ Sim 2. Yeah, the FlyJ Sim 727737. The problem with those planes is they're classic airplanes, and a lot of people just aren't into that. But yeah, I mean, the FlyJ Sim stuff is fantastic. We got some updates in the pipeline for those. Although I think Jack is going to be charging for those updates, so it might be worth waiting, because I don't know that he's talked about what or how much or upgrade pricing or anything like that. So weird to see an A330 doing a short flight. I'm used to doing medium range flights. I know, dude, but I mean, this is a... Dude, I don't know if you've been here, man, but this is a long flight for me. For me to spend 2 hours in the air, or 2 hours or more in the air, is unheard of. I usually do, hour-long flights or so. But, yeah, SimBrief says the flight time for this is 2 hours and 8 minutes in the air. 757 was my first jetliner airplane. Dude, the first version of 757 was pretty bad, though. That's the only time I ever rage quit a stream was with the 757. But they definitely picked it up and improved it in version 2. Well, yeah, he asked for airliners, though. So, like, Aerobasque, if you want to go general aviation, you got to go Aerobasque. But he asked about airliners specifically. So, I mean, if you're asking for airliners, my recommendation is always, like, the flight factor stuff to start with. You can download from Google or Bing, just not USA 2. Huh. Interesting. You might try resetting your IP address if you can. Try it again. I have the 320 MD-80. What about the 777? I wouldn't get the 777. No, 777 is dated at this point. Like if you want a big plane like that, get the 767. The 757 and the 767 are essentially the same airplane. Both those look good out here, don't they?
Approach, Roger.
Our high desert / arid landscape. My God, we still have so far to go. Still got an hour and 24 minutes time en route. What the hell am I going to do? I use the BI source. Just went to the Seattle Museum of Flight on Tuesday. Very cool. Was able to go inside the first 747 and the all-new 787. However, no wing flex was present. I'm just curious if you're ever going to go there. Yeah, dude. Seattle's on my short list of places that I want to go. Go out to. It'll probably be next year at the earliest that I'd be able to go to Seattle. My PTO and kind of my travel time's all tied up this year. I've never been to Seattle. Never been to the Seattle area, so I want to get out there. But yeah, it'll probably be next year at the earliest. Peter Hoover, good to see you, man. Oh yeah, the Zibo 737 deserves a mention. That's right. It's a free. It's what we flew a couple weeks ago, I think. Really good airplane though. Yeah. The Zibo's good stuff. So Zibo is a modification. Is a free modification for the default 737 that comes with X-Plane, and there's a sound pack out for it, and there's a modified FMC and sort of all sorts of crazy stuff going on. So I'd absolutely give that a whirl. So I've never streamed. I can't think of nothing to talk about for that long. Oh, but see, and that's the thing, Bug Eaters, where I get a little bit of cheat going because there's enough people here that keeps chat going. The chat kind of generates the content to talk about. Like I've still got a few more things that we can talk about later if it comes down to it. But yeah, I mean, like by the time I've talked about flight training and the airplane and the scenery.
17 connects Salt Lake Center 128.72.
2872 Cactus 717. 28. 72. Salt Lake City Center, Cactus 717, Pablo 390.
Cactus 717, Salt Lake Center, Roger.
McShiggity Pilot, thought I'd buy you around, something for the long cruise. McShiggity Pilot, thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it, man. You're too kind. You got Gibbs onto the Zibo as well. Yeah, the Zibo's worth checking out. Like, actually, go check out the Zibo and fly that for free for a bit. Because that's as good as a lot of payware aircraft, unfortunately. Or, well, fortunately, I should say. For better or worse. Mock Crit, good to see you, man. Marsh Carr, welcome aboard. The zoom level is interesting. Is an interesting topic. You're looking at zoom level 15 right now. This is all 15, which looks perfectly fine when we're at 39,000 feet. I do 15 in the sort of vast open areas, and I do 17 in the tiles around the main terminal areas. So all the stuff that we're looking at now though is 15. I think what a lot of guys are doing now is 16, and they're like running the auto zoom level thing at like 17 or something.
Scout 3455, descend to maintain 2,500.
It's like to announce we're getting close to a place called Rexburg. Okay. Is Rexburg on the chart? I don't see a Rexburg on here. I see a salmon. The salmon VOR is actually what we're flying to right now.
Scout 3455, turn left heading 310, intercept runway 28 left, localizer.
Is this really FSX? No, this is X-Plane. If FSX looked like this,
Roger, thanks. Click visual approach.
and ran, by the way, and ran this smooth because, yeah, that's right. My name is Rex. I see. I do 16 and 18 around airports. There you go. Yeah, and I think that's also the common one that people are doing too, Uni. What kind of yoke or hardware do I use? I use a Cytec X55 with Cytec ProFlight rudder pedals. And then I have a DOS keyboard, Cherry MX Blue keyboard. I have a Logitech MX518 mouse. I have an iPad Mini 2. And I have so much audio hardware sitting over here, it's ridiculous.
Scalist 3455.
Could we have a cabin tour? Absolutely. Surprised nobody's asked for it yet. Here's the cockpit. Have you ever been in a cockpit, Billy? Uh-huh. You ever seen a grown man naked? First class, I'm assuming. First or business? I think it's probably business class. There doesn't seem to be any first class in this plane. Keep them moving back. Is a lav? Nope, there's nothing in the lav. Back into coach class. Like it's the cockpit or the cabin here is nothing special, but it does serve its purpose. Look how big that wing is too, man. Like holy crap. It's a huge wing. It's not the size of the wing that matters. Keep on going back here. Uh-oh, I found a gap. Pressurization broken. My immersion's ruined. Actually, I think it's the PBR doing... Yeah, it's the PBR doing all sorts of weird stuff there. There's actually no gap, but... the way the reflections and all that stuff are handled. We'll keep on going back to the back. Check your clearance, Clarence. Don't call me Shirley. Have you ever been in a Turkish prison? Keep it going. Let's go, guys. There you go. There's your cabin. Come sit back here for a little bit. The A330 is backwards. Is it backwards on this side, too? Nope, it's not. There you go. How's that for a view? There we go. Slow decompression, that's right. Look for some Easter eggs. I don't think the Russians have put any Easter eggs in this plane. What kind of graphics card do I have? I have a GTX 1070. All of my specs, if you're on my Twitch page, all of my specs are down in the description, by the way. All the gear that I use for my main PC, my streaming PC, and all my audio gear as well. PBR stands for physically based rendering. It's a way of saying, here's a surface, here's the properties of this surface, and how it should behave in terms of reflectivity, light refraction. I don't even know. Like Val dudes would be able to talk better about that, but yeah, physically based rendering is what it stands for. Stealth Town, good to see you. Can you open the door? Not in flight. Mr. Goofy Hands, I already said that one, dude. Approaching Minimum says, when is your Azores trip? Oh, that's a good question. Let me look at my calendar, because I don't remember. So for the Azores, we leave on the 10th. So the 10th through the 13th, I'll be in Indiana. And then on the 13th, I leave from Boston to fly to Portugal, and I'll be in Portugal from the 14th to the 21st of August. So I'll be in the Azores. I'll be in Graciosa from the 14th to the 21st. I can't wait. I need a vacation so bad. It's a dope cabin. Looks all right. There's a hidden toilet seat Easter egg. Aren't gonna spoil it to anyone. Oh God, where's the lav? There's no toilet back here. Okay, there's a hidden toilet seat Easter egg. We'll have to go look for that one. Leo77PT is Portuguese. Never would have guessed. What part of Portugal are you from, Leo? Is there something in here? No. Is there something in here? No. How about over here? No. I think Uni's just screwing with us. I don't actually think there's a lav. Or an Easter egg with said lav, unless you can open the door. Push, push, push. This is the in-flight movie, absolutely. Yeah, I've been to the Azores. This will be my third time to the Azores. I've been to the mainland once. Portugal is the most visited foreign country for me, which is pretty much a given, knowing that my wife is Portuguese. Uni, you're full of crap, man. There's nothing in here. I don't believe you, sir. Small city called Tondela. Cool. Hoyaya. Been in Indonesia for the last 2 weeks. Will be for the next 2 weeks, so probably no streams. Well, if you're here, thank you very much for your 4 months. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate your support. Captain Aviation, good to see you, buddy. Happy, how you doing? Happy Friday. Dude, there's no lav. The labs aren't even modeled. Uni! Uni's screwing with us, I think. It's the kind of thing he would do. Would you show us the route on 4-flight? Sure. That's what we are rocking right now. So we started up here. This is essentially what we're flying right here. So we're coming up on the halfway mark. But we still have an hour 14 until we're at the destination. And yeah, we're trucking along. I got an Antonov on FSX. Cool. Nice view of the ground for the bathroom. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, you're so funny, Uni.
4127, San Francisco clearance on.
Gave us something to do though. Like I said, chat drives this stuff sometimes. All right, guys, I got to step away for a moment here. The little boy's room is calling my name. I will.
4127, clear to Portland Airport. Tracking to.
As soon as I tell this guy, I'll be right back.
Then as found, climb via SID, except maintain 10,000.
Take a peek. We'll take a peek on the outside here. That way or that way? That way, right there.
Squawk 5201.
Try following my route on 4-flight. Oh, trying to follow my route. I see. Yeah, so if you want to take a clip or a screenshot here, get ready for a screenshot. 3, 2, 1. That'll give you the rest of the route that we're going to be flying here. LKT 2 Vox CKW Molten 3 into Denver, planning for 16 right into Denver. If you want to fire it up there.
Delta 2022 satellite clearance, clear to the Seattle Airport. Twin Falls 3 departure. Twin Falls then as filed. Climb via SID, except maintain 10,000. Departure frequency 135.5. Squawk.
Of course, the second that I decide I want to step away, somebody starts talking and getting clearances. A toilet on the wing? Yeah, no kidding. Cool, McShady pilot. So like Center Cactus 717 needs to step away for a moment.
Cactus 717, roger, approved as requested.
All right, guys,
Delta
I will
2022,
be right.
You were stepped on the squawk. SIG in the squawk.
I will be right back.
Delta 2022, read back, correct?
All right. Tessar 904, good to see you. He wants to see the failures. You can't. You really can't push any failures to this plane, unfortunately. Jabroni, good to see you. Welcome aboard. The autopilot. That's right.
Retard.
Roman Burton here for 6 months.
4127,
Roman Burton, thank you very much for your support.
Taxi
Your
via
continued
Alpha
support.
Mike.
Cheers, my friend. I appreciate it. Bird stripe might work.
Southwest 4127, roger. Running 1 left, taxi
Did I
via
wash
Alpha
my
Mike.
hands? Yep. Have you done a tutorial for installing payware aircraft? Average trucker, welcome aboard. I haven't. Installing payware aircraft, you basically just copy it into the aircraft folder. Like most of the aircraft have instructions on how to install them. So like Center Cactus 717 is back at the keyboard.
Cactus 770, roger, thanks.
Someone clogged the toilet. Turn the plane around. The lav ain't working. If we had the divert right now, we'd probably head down to Salt Lake City, which is really not that much further, or not that much closer to us than Denver is. Pearly G, happy beer night indeed. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. All that good stuff. ETA is 1 hour and 9 minutes. So we have
Southwest 4127, San Francisco Tower, wind 28021, running 1 left, clear for takeoff.
We have, no. How do you get top of descent on this thing? Does it have it? That's the arrival. Oh, no, that's to Tuvok. Nope. I don't know how to find top of descent for this plane. I guess, oh, you know what? I think it's actually in the flight plan. Just top of climb. So top of descent is estimated to be 138 UTC. So we're going to be 40 minutes away from top of descent, roughly. Or no, 50. We're about 50 minutes away from top of descent. So we're 1 hour and 8 minutes out, about 50 minutes from our top of descent. We got a ways to go. Got some weather over here, though. Let's view that. There we go. Let's do that right there. Yeah. Actually, we'll do this one. You did a flight. It was like 2 hours because of urine smell. Dude, they've had flights that have gotten canceled because somebody crapped in the lavatory and like clogged it up while it was sitting on the tarmac. 76 gigabytes of custom scenery and planes in a folder. Got to work on that, man. I got over a terabyte. Average trucker, no problem, man.
Southwest 4127.
FSX Games, welcome aboard. Doing a long haul JFK to London and back. Did JFK to EGL yesterday. I'm not sure I'm going to do EGL to JFK. Oh, yeah, okay. You're going to do... I see. That's a long flight, man. Ghost Rider in the Sky, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Renzo Reggie, welcome aboard.
Southwest 4127, Oracle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Renzo Reggie got all the Cirrus Maxim modes. Giving Max the big bucks. Have I seen Project Fly's radar? I have not. I looked at Project Fly a while back. Oh yeah, they did have the PilotEdge radar. That's cool. Matt's definitely got some good ideas, and I'm kind of waiting for him to get a little more fleshed out before I make the jump over there. Plus, I just don't have time to look at it right now. Have I tried Flight Sim World? Not yet. I have a key for Flight Sim World. I'm actually potentially working with Dovetail soon on doing some stuff. And yeah, I have a key for Flight Sim World. I haven't had a chance to install and or use it. That'll probably be one of this weekend's projects. BAW 182, cool. Give it away. Nah, dude. I actually want to do some stuff with Flight Sim World. I mean, I will honestly say, so I had an opportunity to hang out with Dovetail one of the nights at Flight Sim Con, and I was really impressed with their attitude towards a lot of things. Without going into really any specifics or details, like they definitely had their head in the right place, and I'm interested in seeing kind of how things pan out with the product they're working on. So I'm gonna remain optimistic about it. You know, there's no reason to wish them ill will. It's kind of how I look at it. So hopefully they can make something of it, and hopefully they can continue improving, and hopefully they can, you know, make for some more competition. Like, the thing that Dovetail stands to give us is a entry point into flight simulation. You know, you want to have that easy to access sim, something like Aerofly FS2, where you can jump into it with no knowledge or no skill whatsoever. And then once you get invested, once you kind of learn a little bit, then you can say, all right, what's the next step?
Area, flight to moderate precipitation along your route of flight in 70 miles. I have no base or top reports for that precipitation.
Okay, 717. We'll let you know if we have to get around it.
Back to 770, roger.
Interesting. We got storms up ahead. Okay. Periodic storms up ahead. I don't know if the weather radar works in this thing. Uni, you would know, right? Does the weather radar even work in this thing? I don't think it does. Might get some weather when we're coming into Denver. Holy crap.
Southwest 4127.
Salt Lake is going to get pounded soon. All right. Well, we'll just keep an eye out on things. We definitely got some stuff that we're skirting along here. I've installed it at one of my regular stream places. Haven't tried it yet. Cool. Is this the Flat Factor 320? No, not quite. Mattia, it's good to see you, though. Welcome aboard, sir. Haven't seen you for a while. Rosader, welcome aboard. Ross ATR, welcome aboard.
Level 230.
Flight Sim World's a pretty good sim. New to VFR. I learned a lot about VFR at Flight Sim World. That's you know, that's hopefully what we're gonna do. Uses the native X-plane weather radar. Okay. Which is, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. We'll see if the storms get bad or if they toss us around. Oops. Sectional. Caution squall lines. Yeah, and that's essentially, well, we're not flying into squall lines. If we just take a peek at the radar here, we're actually flying into cells. It's loading. It's still loading. Literally just had the weather radar up, and then it literally just went away. I'll give it a second there. Am I going to trust Giant Unicorn? You know what? I'll trust Giant Unicorn when it comes to system stuff. I know. I kind of had a feeling Giant Unicorn was going to troll us on the whole bathroom thing, but that's okay. Hell, it gave me something to do there for like 5 minutes. I'm doing very well, Mattia, man. How are you, buddy? I see the. I think you've been streaming again lately. I never get to catch your streams though. They're like always when I'm busy or away, or at work. That cell might move into Denver. All right. Yeah, so here's what we're looking at. So we got some light precipitation ahead of us, and then we've got the stuff down in Denver actually. So this is the stuff that'll be interesting, because if that starts to move north, and X-plane picks up on the fact that that's moving north, then that could make for a eventful landing for us, with the possibilities of go-arounds and whatever else. So we'll kind of see what happens. Where do I work? I work for a small software development company. I must say, catstrator John Fly, thanks to you great streamers. Maybe switch to X-plane and ditch my FSX. Don't record it one bit. Ross, good to see you, man. Well, that's Ross. That's good to hear. Yeah, I think that at this point FSX is essentially a dead platform. You know, it's time to move on to P3D, X-plane, or you know maybe Flight Sim World will fill some of that gap there down the road. But I'm glad that we were able to help you.
Reach on.
Cirrus Mom. Sarah's mom, thank you very much for your support. I don't know if Max's mom is actually here, if that's Max himself, but thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Max was telling me that as soon as he got his subscribe button, his mother came and gave him a subscription and named herself Sarah's mom. Those storms are going to hug I-70. Okay, is that that's going to go east then? Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The thing is, so the thing with weather reporting in X-Plane is that the METARs that you're pulling are up to an hour old, and the METARs themselves are generally an hour old. So the weather you're pulling in X-Plane is usually between 30 and 90 minutes old. So whatever you're seeing in real time is not necessarily going to line up with what you're seeing in the real conditions.
27 connect out, correction connect Oakland Center 132.905.
FSX is great. Don't get me wrong. Be gone in a couple of years. I reckon developers will stop making content for it. Yeah, probably. Like it's still like FSX Steam Edition is still the entry point into flight simming. You know, like I guarantee you, there's more people playing FSX Steam Edition and FSX than there are any of the other flight simulators. Just because of the name recognition that it has, and the kind of the ease of entry into it that it has.
Southwest 4127 Oakland Center. Good evening. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
East-west about middle of the state. Okay, so yeah, those aren't going to cause me too many issues. Those are only going to cause us problems if we got to go around. Oh, you know what? I think the star that I filed taking me down to the south. I might have filed a southerly star. Like a star that's for a landing south to north. We might have to reprogram the FMC once we get a little closer here. Once they put us on Denver Center, because Salt Lake Center is going to play dumb. Here's the storms up in front of us. Okay, so the weather radar, we don't think it works. Or at least I don't think it works. We'll see if that's going to come up with anything at all. If it works, it might work at a small range. Like I know the weather radar does stuff in this plane, but I don't know to what extent. I don't know. Whatever. Getting hammered with thunderstorms right now in upstate South Carolina. Yeah, dude, the whole country's getting nailed with stuff, it seems. There's a big line of stuff moving through the plains. There's a huge bit of stuff down. Oh yeah, holy crap, yeah. You guys are getting hit down there in the East Coast area. Mid-Atlantic states, I believe, is what they call those. 860,000 FSX owners on Steam. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Because, I mean, if you think about it, like, if you don't know anything about flight sims, what do you do? Like, you think, oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator, I know that. So you go look for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you're going to find Flight Simulator Steam Edition. Like, that's going to be the thing that you end up buying, especially when it goes on sale for...
Salt Lake Center 135.77.
3577, 717. 35... 77. I don't like the radios in this plane. I think that's one of my biggest beefs with it. Select Center, Cactus 717, Flight Level 390.
Cactus 717, Solid Center, roger.
Alright, let's grab a wing view. I want to see the weather. Get that off in the distance. My laptop's running 144 Fahrenheit. Ah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. That's very hot, though. Like, very hot. Intel Extreme Tuning Utility. Yes. Let's see what we're running at here. I am running at... My package is at 60 Celsius. Whatever that equates to. 60 C and F. 140. Yeah, I guess 155 is not terrible. Like, that's hot, but it's not awful. It burns to type, though. That's bad. 86,000 active users in the last week. Insane. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, it's like when you go to YouTube and you look for flight sim streamers, or flight simmers. Like, the biggest flight sim YouTuber is Air Force Proud, and it's because he's doing, you know, dumb stuff in FSX, and people know that. People recognize that. I think I picked it up for $5 when they first launched it a long time ago. I'll be in Wilmington next week. It'll rain like crazy, probably. Usually how it goes when you try to travel somewhere. Bad lightning storm in Maryland today, says Uncooked Bacon. A little cloudy in the Texas Panhandle. Oh, it's been miserable all day here. It's just been cloudy. Like, cloudy and gloomy and cold. It's actually... The last couple days have been like yesterday, I was regretting my decision to wear shorts. Yesterday it was the low 60s, and today it's the mid 60s. Like, it's 64 Fahrenheit right now, which is extremely cold for the middle of July, which is supposed to be our hottest time of the year. Tomorrow's 75, back in the 80s by Sunday. So we're gonna finally climb back up in the mid 80s. But yeah, we've had some weird weather this month. Air Force Proud is doing stupid things. No kidding. I mean, he does what he does. You know, he's making quite a lot of money off those YouTube videos, guaranteed. And he was out. Virtual Fly sent him out to Barcelona with Paul, or with Squirrel and Jeff as well. So I don't really care for his videos for the most part, but I understand why they have mass market appeal. What is F reference point? So 67 F in C. So it's about 19 and a half Celsius outside right now, which is really cold for this time of year. Like, this time of year, it should be... This time of year, we should have highs, I think, in the mid-80s, so 18 F in C. So this time of year, we should have highs around 29 or so Celsius. So it's abnormal weather, put it that way. Tried my very first stream on Twitch today. Got to learn a lot about the interface. Yeah, dude. You learn a lot about the interface and a lot about yourself. Whether you can talk aimlessly for 2 hours or 2 to 5 hours.
Vector Signet 5 Central valid until 0255 affecting areas of Colorado, New Mexico. Available upon high watts and flight service frequencies.
Interesting. Okay. Is a brand new segment, if I think. But that's going to be... So that segment's going to be south of us. We're sort of threading the needles around some of these storms. So this is the frontal boundary squall line here off to our sort of northwest, or a sort of due west out here. So we're not have to worry about them. We're going to kind of punch our way through. We're going to sort of punch our way through some of these moistures and embedded storms. So that squall line here is more or less what we're seeing, kind of, like I said, due east of the plane. Actually, a bit of rotation over in this storm. I think we're good for now. Again, the only concern we have is once we get a little closer to Denver, seeing what some of that stuff kind of does. Got some hail south of us. Like these storms are pretty nasty over here. Kind of in John Fly's area. 9 centigrade. Holy crap, dude! Like it's. What's the average for your area, Uni? Like what would be the average this time of year? Padawan, what part of the world are you in, man? 74 Fahrenheit would be beautiful. Dan in Vermont, good to see you. Miserable up here in Vermont. My pool is getting colder. Yeah, dude. The further north you get, the worse it's gonna be. It's good to see you, Dan. Broadwell Skylake, welcome aboard. How do I like the chilliness? I mean, I'm okay with not having to run the air conditioner. Like that's the best part. But yeah, I would like it to be a little bit warmer because it is kind of the summer. Padawan's in Argentina. Okay. Usually you're around 18 to 22, says Uni. Yeah. The whole like northern hemisphere is in this weird sort of like cold snap. Meanwhile, like I saw that Spain was getting up to like 118 Fahrenheit. You know, Phoenix has been having all-time record highs. It's insane the weather that we've been having. Frank T, good to see you, buddy. I'm not going to answer that question. It's sufficient. 37 Celsius today. Yeah. So it's
Cactus 717, you happen to have a tops report.
clear skies over us. Looks like off to our west. Tops are about 30,000.
Cactus 717, thank you.
I'm going to say that's about 30K. The best that I can tell. And south of us is clear as well. There's somebody else flying out here, right? Oh, I guess there's one guy going to Seattle. Might be what he's asking for. Oh, yeah, there's a guy about to blast out of Seattle. That's probably what he's asking for. But yeah, we're looking at clear skies right now, so we're good. Come to hot Texas, says G Hub. Good to see you, G Hub. Yeah, Denver's fine. Like Denver Airport is fine. It's what we're concerned with is the precipitation and the convection and whatnot that's south of Denver. There's lightning. There's hail.
4127 clear direct timbers.
I would imagine we'll see some rotation once we get a little closer because those storms seem to be intensifying. This week weather made moving to Portland much more attractive. There you go. How are the default clouds in X-Plane 11? You're looking at them.
Cactus 717 clear direct Molten.
Direct Molten 717. Alright, so come down here. We're already pointed at Molten, so it's not a big deal. Let's grab Molten there. Whoops, nope. Direct. Molten. Insert. There we go. Turn us a little bit here. Dear airplane, what are you doing? Oh boy. I think it might have just happened, guys. Why I want to go to Molten? Go to freaking Molten. That's the next one. No, no crossing restriction. Molten. Now it's going to make a... Okay. Now it seems to be happy again. I think I got all screwed up. Like, I think when you went direct Molten, it had like a crossing restriction or something that was behind us or whatever. That was odd. But we're back on nav green. My camera down a touch there. Okay, we're good now. We got briefly jarred, but we fixed it. When I came home from Spain, I traveled in my shorts, t-shirt. Atlanta was 6 degrees, rain and wind. It was not a happy time. That sucks, dude. Has a bit of a cold. Welcome aboard. Pharaoh, Birdie, welcome aboard. Good to see you guys. Happy Friday. Got a little confused with Direct 2. Yeah, it didn't like that initially, but we got it covered. We're good. A330, Cactus A330, rock your wings, please. Okay, you're cleared to Oshkosh via the whatever the freaking route is. 1,500 feet.
Reach on.
Couldn't agree
Reach
more.
on.
Ryang87, thank you very much for your continued support. Cheers.
Cactus 717 Denver is now landing south. Guys, ready for copy your new clearance.
Ready to copy, 717.
Cactus 717 cleared to the Denver airport. Your present position direct Molten. And now the Tushnir 2 arrival.
Say again the arrival pace for 717.
Yes.
Okay, clear present position, Molten, Tushner 2, Cactus 717.
717, read back, Craig.
Okay. Pull you out. Come down here. Okay, now we're doing the unthinkable. Now we're going to attempt to reprogram the arrival. Okay, we're still going to plan for ILS 16 right. And the Tushner 2. Tushner 2. From Tushner. CK, I don't know, from Molten. Okay, Molten's on this one, so we'll say no transition for now. Temporary flight plan. Insert that. And then go direct to Molten. Discontinuity there. Okay, so we're direct Molten now. So I should be able to go back to managed mode. And it cleaned itself up. So it did a little rock to the left, a little rock to the right here. And with any luck, it should rock back level. And we are direct Molten. Let's take a look at the plan, make sure that all went through. Oh yeah, look at that. It did a thing. It did the right thing too. Try not to be so surprised, they say. I don't know. Yeah, dude, he's really trying to jar me. Exterminator's good to see you, man. I gave up on X Enviro for now. Yeah, we'll give her a go. We'll give her a go in the future, maybe. But for the time being, it's not really worth it. Those cloud tops are pretty high over there. These guys, not so much. I wish X-Plane rendered thunderstorms a little bit better, though. That's kind of a bummer that, you know, we're not seeing these big, like, cumulonimbus clouds. Fly a manual arrival. Oh, man, I don't want to do that. But yeah, no, the weather you're looking at right now is completely stock. It's all default X-Plane weather, default X-Plane textures. Tylenol with wings, good to see you. Unicorn, it worked, dude. It actually freaking worked. Believe it or not. Rock solid jar McDo, no sweat at all. Lots of sweat, but it did function properly. So we're cool, man. We're cool. So we got 42 minutes time en route. So yeah, we're looking about 10 o'clock arrival. I think that's what I'd estimated. It's gonna be a shorter stream tonight, but that's cool. Uni, dude, I remember when you flew that thing across the pond, yeah. And I think did it fail? So were you in heading mode like halfway across the Atlantic Ocean? Like I remember it happened about like the midpoint. Because you streamed that whole thing, and we were all just shocked, absolutely shocked that you even made it. You're always one FMC button push from disaster. Cranky65 is good to see you, dude. I hope you're doing well, sir. And yes, you are completely right with that. Dom2146 says, "Why no X Enviro?" X Enviro's got a little bit of a bug right now, where it doesn't always reload the winds properly when you're coming in on approach. And the winds aloft have been all buggered up too. So until they fix some of that stuff, I'm foregoing X Enviro in favor of just running stock weather. On this episode of Seconds from Disaster, the JAR FMC. What if a plane crossed in front of me from nothing? Well, that would be a problem. Chances are pretty good, though, that if a plane crosses in front of me, I'm going to be bigger than them. Not that it really matters when you're traveling at Mach 0.80. But yeah, no, X-Enviro I'm giving up on for now. They're supposedly working on an update for it, and when it happens, it happens. I mean, for X-Enviro, their biggest problem is going to be if they come out anytime around or after Active Sky finally comes out for X-Plane, so... Rodiff, welcome aboard. Says wait for the A340. I think JAR's working on an A340, yeah. Not unless if it's a 380 or a 747 or even a 777, it's definitely bigger than we are. But yeah, I'm not too worried about traffic coming out in front of me.
Reach on.
Tylenol with wings, get us race to sea here for 3 months. Can you fly this plane and land it?
Solid ground, roger.
I can fly the virtual plane and land it. Does that count for something? Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much for your continued support. I don't know about the real plane, though. And Antonov would be bigger as well, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of planes that are bigger. It's just the likelihood of seeing them are slim to nil. Completely none. Like, the control, this is all, we're up in controlled airspace right now anyway. So, like, if you wanted to really talk about, you know, real life and how that would all go, we're in controlled airspace. Meaning that every airplane up here has to be under positive control by ATC. So the ATC is going to provide us with the proper separation to make sure that nobody bumps into anybody else. If there was a rogue plane that happened to make it up to 39,000 feet and happened to find us and happened to try crossing our path, the ATC would probably just vector us out of their way. Got my learner's license on the 13th of June last month. When did I get my license? I got my learner's license when I was 15. I got my license when I was 16. I got my learners in the middle of 1999. No, the end of 1999. And then I got my actual license right around the end of 2000. Yeah, something like that. Actually, I think I got my license. I got my license like on like December 31st, 2000 or something like that. It's been a long time, dude. You ever tried DCS? I have. I'm not a big fan of it, though. It's not my kind of sim. It's an entirely different kind of flying altogether, for sure. 767, slightly bigger. Okay. Flying Tail Dragger's here. With conviction. He made it. Welcome aboard, Justin. Happy Friday. It's good to see you. You're here just in time for us to fly for another 38 minutes in cruise. You need to be 18 in Norway for your driver's license. It costs around $3,500. That's insane, dude. That's crazy. So in the U.S., you have to go to...
7 contact Seattle Center 135.15.
That was not me. 4127. No, it's been funny. So yeah, and so when I got my learners, so you can get your learner's permit at age 15 in the U.S. as long as you're enrolled in a driver's education program. At least that's how it was when I got mine. So I enrolled in a driver's education program through my high school. I did, I think, 2 to 3 months of classroom work after school, like twice or 3 times a week. And then as soon as we started that, I was able to get my learner's permit and start driving with one of my parents. I did that, and when we finished the classroom portion up, we then did the practical portion where I drove with one of their instructors. But by the time I drove with the instructor, I'd already been driving for 6 months anyway. So my instructor just literally fell asleep the whole time that we were driving around the countryside. Because not only did I know how to drive, but I knew how to navigate all the roads. Because that's how my family was growing up. Like, I knew how to get around pretty well. So yeah, and then when I turned, I think it was like 16 in 1 month was when you could go get your license. And I turned, my birthday's November 30th, so 16 in a month put me right around the turn of the year. But yeah, I don't think I paid anything. Like, I literally don't think I paid anything for driver's ed. Maybe like $100-200, if that. Like, it was certainly not $3,500. Very, very, very different affair here in the U.S. Rob Mack, USAF, good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. It's the same in France, but cheaper. I don't know how it is nowadays, but I know that it's... I'm assuming it's not too dissimilar. Get your learner's permit when you're 16. Brazil, you're only allowed to after 18 after you take 30 classes, 5 sim classes, 30 practical classes, around $1,000. Good lord. CMT Douglas, good to see you, by the way. Happy Friday. Sabid, welcome aboard. Oz Flight Simmer made a live stream. They don't make any sense. Oh well, happy weekend. Oh, you made a live stream. That don't make any sense. That's cool, man. We're happy to have you here. We're flying into Denver right now, so we're looking at some storms and whatnot, kind of in our area. But you know, they for the most part have stayed away from us. We've got 35 minutes now until we get to our destination. Our top of descent's coming up here. About 15 minutes, it looks like. So about 15 minutes, we'll start down. Sounds about right. Get our full license at 14 in Montana. Nick Bolus, that's crazy. It's good to see you, Nick Bolus. I tried to get an exception to get my license early, but just because of the circumstances that I was going through at the time, but it got turned down. Where are we flying? Sorry if you said it and I missed it. That's all right, man. It has a bit of a cold. We left out of Seattle. We're flying down to Denver. So we're doing a... in my world, this is a long-haul cruise, man. Two-hour flight, like 2 hours in the air. You know, we've been live for 2.5 hours, and it's just one flight. I'll be in Boston for a month for work. Any tips? Oh, man. Are you going to be in downtown Boston, Sabid? If you are, I'd suggest doing a duck tour. A duck tour is like the most touristy thing you can possibly do in Boston.
Cactus 717, contact Denver Center 133.67.
3367, 717. 1 second on that. 33. What part of, you gotta tell me what part of Boston you're staying in though. Like that kind of makes a big difference. 3367. Denver Center, Cactus 717, flight level 390.
Cactus 717, Denver Center, roger.
Yeah, so as far as things to do, like I definitely would say do a duck tour. Like they're super touristy, but they're actually really, really cool. And you'll get some of the best views of the city from the Charles River.
4127 cross 50 miles.
Jetstream 10,000, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
240.
Duck tours are fun, except when they run over people. Then they're awesome. I just don't want to be a car. You don't want to be a car driving anywhere near where the duck boats go. Not because of the duck boats, because it sucks driving in Boston. You'll be in Milford, but you'll have a car. Man, I would go spend some time on the North Shore, dude. Spend some time in like Gloucester, Gloucester and Rockport, like that area. I recommended Crazy Diamond come out here, and it's like that's my neck of the woods, and it's the best scenery. It's the best part of. It's got the best of New England. You know, you get to see the fishing boats, and you get a lot of little breweries and restaurants and just kind of neat places. Salem, Massachusetts is pretty cool too. Definitely spend some time in the city. You know, go walk the city, see the city. You can pretty much do the city in about 2 days, depending on what you want to do. You can probably do the city in a day, depending on what you want to do. Move down to the sim room, do some work on the pit. The stream's looking impressive on the big screen. That's what I like to hear, Tom. Yeah, the New England Aquarium is pretty cool. The New England Aquarium, yeah, actually you can do some plane spotting outside because you get a pretty good view of Boston depending on how the planes are landing. But the aquarium itself is really cool because it's a 3-story aquarium, and it's like one big aquarium, and the fish and the sort of stuff that you see varies quite a lot as you climb. I don't know, man. I'm terrible when it comes to touristy stuff in Boston. Like my entire life revolves around food. So if you want to know where to eat, I'll give you some suggestions of places to eat in Boston, in the area. Is the 330 a good plane? I like it. It gets the job done. Have I used XP Realistic? I have not. I go to Cheers. Actually, Cheers isn't bad. Cheers has got some good burgers. It's a fun touristy place to go. And then Faneuil Hall down there. Excuse me. Actually, my Cessna Sim project's a little closer to Milford than I am. Purgatory Chasm in Sutton, Mass. is a good afternoon trip, only 30 minutes from Milford. Brendan Durka would tell you to go to Trillium Brewery down in... oh my gosh. I forget the name of the town down there. Yeah, go to Fenway. Go see Fenway. Like, go see that whole area. Just kind of experience that. I'm terrible when it comes to touristy stuff, though. I've seen and done. I've seen and done most of Boston. I haven't done the original Cheers, just the new one. Kenan Gaming, thanks for the bits, buddy. Canton, Massachusetts. There you go. Ian! It's good to see you, Ian. Ian, we got to get together for a beer one of these days. Hope you're doing well, though. The 320 is essentially the same thing as the 320. Yeah, the 320 and the 330 are almost identical planes. Holy crap, dude. My voice just went crazy. Whew. Oh, boy. That cold that I caught like 2 weeks ago keeps rearing itself on occasion and just sends me into a coughing fit for no damn good reason. Followed a Cape Air into Boston once. Cool. Kenmore Square area is Fenway. Yes, it is. I need a fireball shot to clear me up. Yeah, I don't need that. Thanks for answering my questions. I appreciate it. No problem, man. That's what we're here for. Like, that's the cool thing about Twitch is that we can answer those questions. Like, you go ask the questions on YouTube.
717, cross 20 miles west of Moulton at flight level 240.
20 miles west of Moulton, flight level 240, Cactus 717. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I can't program that waypoint in there. So let's see here. We're at 390. We are... Okay, I'm direct to Moulton, so I'm gonna use 4-flight for that. Moulton. Okay, 104 miles from Moulton. We have 80 miles until we need... So, okay, so 20 miles from Moulton, we need to be at flight level 240. We have to go down 15,000 feet. So let's do some math here. We got time. We got time to talk through this. Okay. Ooh, that's a big cursor. That's a real big cursor. How about that? That looks better. Okay. So we're going to Moulton. 20 miles west of Moulton, we need to be at flight level 240. Currently, we are direct to the Moulton intersection, so that makes it nice and easy. So we're at 39,000 feet right now. We need to go down to 24,000 feet. Let's make that just a touch bigger. We need to go down to 24,000 feet. That means we have to. That's a difference of 15,000 feet. So we have to go down 15,000 feet to make this crossing restriction. The way that you would calculate your top of descent is you'd lop off the zeros here. So we get rid of all 3 of those zeros. We say we got 15 left, and we'll take that times 3. That leaves us with 45. So we need 45 miles to make this descent, roughly. So we're gonna up that to, let's say, 50 miles. So 50 miles from 20 miles from Moulton, we need to start our way down. So 50 miles from 20 miles from Moulton, which means 70 miles from Moulton, we're going to start our way down to 24,000 feet. So 70 miles from Moulton. That's got an O in there. Math. It works. So we're 90 miles away right now, so 20 miles we're going to start down. So we'll punch in 24,000 feet on the altitude. That is absolutely not going to be following our top of descent marker, which is fine. It doesn't have to. How did you measure with the map on 4-flight? So what I didn't actually measure. I'm direct to Moulton right now, so I'm direct to the Moulton intersection. In the bottom left corner, we have distance to next F87. So I let 4-flight to tell me how much. But if you want to measure with 4-flight, you take 2 fingers, okay? 2 fingers, put them apart like this, and then you can move them. And I can say, all right, I am approximately 85 nautical miles from Moulton. So this tells me I'm 85 miles away. It's going to take me 10 minutes at 466 knots. And we're going to fly a course of 116 to get there if we had to go direct right now. So that's two fingers, and you can do that between any 2 points. Just like that. Do I watch Dr. Disrespect? Yeah, once in a while.
2022 context.
I'm following him. I'm following him. I do catch him occasionally. I'm more a fan of like Moon's one of my favorites to watch. He's a good dude. YX3, I missed that part. It's just that's part of that's the trick. Like that's the shorthand math. Like the shorthand math is to figure out your difference, drop the zeros, and then take that times 3, and that gives you approximately how many nautical miles you need to head down at like 2,000 feet per minute. I don't know what the times 3 even means. I just know that it works. So we're coming up on it right now. We're gonna go vertical speed mode. We'll start down to 1,000 feet per minute here. Once I hit 70 nautical miles, I'm gonna go down at 2,000 feet per minute. Do I like Mr. Fabiano? Absolutely, man. Jeff's a good friend of mine. I talk to Jeff usually at least once a week. I have a short little conversation with him. We've done a fair bit of work together on flight sims and whatnot. And him and his girlfriend have stayed at my house before a couple times. So yeah, Jeff's a good dude. FSC Tony B, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. All right, it's 2,000 feet. Never center, Cactus 717, starting down at 240.
717, roger, man.
Is it 6 for 1,000 feet per minute or 1.5? I have no idea. 2,000 is basically like a standard descent. We need to fly together again soon. I know, it's a matter of lining up our schedules. Like, him and I are both super, super, super busy. And the times that I'm home and the time that he's free generally aren't the same. Possum One here for 6 months. Been great 6 months. He says, keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Possum One, for your continued support. Cheers. Appreciate it. You visited Lawrence on Tuesday. What's your stance on Dominic's Diner? Have not been there. Did you go to the diner? Because the airport was closed on Tuesday. The airport's been closed all week. They're working on the new runway. But no, I haven't been to the diner yet. I haven't actually gone out there to eat. I probably will soon.
2022, there's an area of moderate to heavy precipitation at your 10 o'clock and 80 miles. It's moving from the southwest to the northeast.
Okay, so far we look like we're doing okay on the precip. Nothing on the radar coming up. The clouds in front of us look okay, and I'm looking at the next ride here. The next ride even looks fine too, so I think we'll be all right. What's the absolute max climb rate for an airliner such as the 330 if it's lightly loaded? I have no idea. It depends. It literally depends on all the conditions and whatnot, which airliner. Like a 777 lightly loaded is going to climb like a freaking rocket, to the point to where you may end up wanting to derate the engines for your climb out, just so your pressurization can keep up. Kyokin says, did my sub not go through? There you go. You got to refresh first, Kyokin. Kyokin, thank you very much for 5 months, man. Cheers, my friend. Kyokin is my favorite American Airlines flight attendant. Hope you're doing well. 3-5 Gaming, welcome aboard. We're flying to Denver. We flew out of Seattle. We're heading down to Denver. New runway sounds exciting. Yeah, they've been working on this runway for the last 3 months. It's the main runway for the airport. They're repaving, they're resurfacing the whole thing, and they're actually narrowing it, I think, to make it a little easier to clean up in the wintertime. But yeah, they got like they had all the pavement down with the exception of the crossing runway. So they redid the section where the crossing runway is this weekend, or this week, I should say. We're going to go to an airport restaurant tomorrow for lunch. FC Tony B, these are stock X-plane clouds. Stock X-plane clouds, stock X-plane weather, stock X-plane contrails. Nothing fancy happening here. Aviation 2015, good to see you. Zevo 737-800 on X-Planes. Watching one of the videos in the Zevo. Noticed that PDF had a black display with no blue-brown colors. Then further into the video, PDF was normal blue-brown. Showed a switch to turn it on. I mean, the start sequence is to turn the batteries on and then turn on the APU and add power. And then that would give you, and then you have to align the IRSs. And that might be what you're talking about, is the IRS alignment. I would make sure you follow the cold dark start procedures for that plane, and then you have to wait for the IRSs to align for all that stuff to show up properly. And if you can't, if that's too much, then you might want to just start with the engines running. But I guarantee you, it's probably to do with the IRSs not aligning properly. We should start spamming the beer icons with the subs. If you really want to, you're more than welcome. Some people tried that a long time ago, and it didn't really take. 757s are overpowered. That it is. It's neither flying tail dog. It basically gives you an efficient descent angle. The other part of the easy math is to multiply your ground speed by 5 to get the descent rate you need to fly. I think Ty was flying about 450 knots, so its descent rate would be 2250. He generally said 2200 feet works. Yeah. So we got 15 miles to go, and we've actually got, we're nowhere near, so.
17, contact Denver Center, 120.47.
120.47, 717. So I'm actually what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put ourselves into an open descent, and we're gonna pull some speed brakes out. Because we got 10 miles to get down 3,500 feet, which isn't going to work. So I pulled on the altitude knob, which put me into an open descent. You'll see that here. And then I pulled the speed brakes out to slow us down and get our nose down here. And then we'll make it down in time. Denver Center, Cactus 717, flight level 280, descending flight level 240.
Cactus 717, heavy Denver Center, cross Moulton at maintain. Correction, cross Moulton at flight level 190, descend via the Tushner to arrival, and the Denver altimeter 3028.
Cross Moulton, flight level 190, descend via the Tushner to arrival, and 28 on the altimeter, 717. Okay, so the new restriction is 19,000 at Moulton. So we've got 7,000 feet to go, and we're 24 miles from Moulton. So we can pull them. We go ahead and pull the speed brakes in. And we'll keep an eye on what our feet per minute is going to be here. We should transition. Yeah, we've already transitioned over to speed mode. So we might have to use a little bit of speed brake as we're coming in here, but we're okay for now. Our 10 767s. Kyokin, are you working with just a single type of airplane, or are you working with many different types of airplanes? I'm not sure. Like, if the flight attendants are bound to a single plane, or what the scoop there is. 17 miles to go. And 5,000 feet. That's not going to cut it. So yeah, we're going to come back in on the speed brakes here. Get that nose down.
For the 2022, Roger.
Okay, so after Moulton, we're going to start down on the Arrival, and we'll see if we get a VNAV path out of it. How'd you calculate weight and balance? The plane did it for me. Taterman 69, good to see you. This plane did the weight and balance for me. Don't Airbuses have a banana bar for the descent? Yeah, they probably do. But this is a JAR plane, so, you know, the same reason we can see the sun in the nav display here. It happens. God, that's really annoying. Oh, they don't have the banana bar. Never mind. Banana bar is a very nice thing to have. They have a little arrow. Well, if I wanted to calculate it myself manually, do you know how to do it? Not for this plane. I mean, I suppose if you wanted to find the weight, if you wanted to find the moment in the arm configuration for every single seat on the airplane, you could do that. But I don't think you want to do that. I mean, you certainly could calculate your manual weight and balance.
Southwest 4127.
That sounds like a lot of work, though. It used to turn reflections off. I don't think you can do that now. Like, now the click doesn't do anything. The speed brakes in. It might be an option in the McDo menu.
Southwest 4127, Seattle Center.
No.
Cross timbers at maintain 1000. The Portland altimeter 3003.
I'm afraid to click anything because I don't want to lose my flight plan or anything. It's funny how airliners like the greatest and newest planes, and the military is fine using the B-52s until 2040. Well, it's different. Like it's passing. Like the military has spent quite a lot of money retrofitting those old planes to make them more modern. Like rest assured, the B-52s that are flying now are not the same as the B-52s that were flying, 50 years ago. Okay, the bottom of this is 13,000 feet. Let's see if we end up getting a vertical path. I'm not sure that we will. But Wookiee is above 17,000. Rams is 19 to 17,000. So I think we got a ways to go. So we're going to keep an eye on this purple circle here. I wish I could turn the reflections off, but you can't do that anymore. The purple circle here, and when that starts to come down, then we'll put ourselves back into a managed descent mode. But Rams, we got to be 250 knots here. So once we cross Wookiee, we're going to slow ourselves back to 250.
Charlie Sierra, clear there at Creed.
Problem for the military plane is volume. One new bomber will cost you a fleet of 737s.
Okay,
That
Charlie
too.
Sierra, clear there at Creed.
Is that from me? No, Creed is not on my arrival here. Okay, so you do get qualified for specific airplanes then. Okay. MD-80, A319, 21, 737, 5767, 88, 72, and 73. Got it. Yeah, I figured you had to be. I assumed you had to be certified on a plane. Do I like cats or have a cat? I do have a cat. Oh man. Oh. It's time for cat picture. This cat. Holy crap, dude. This cat needs to go on a diet in the worst way. The diet, I think my wife's been sneaking her food. Stand by here. I'll get you guys a picture. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start down nice and easy here. About 1,200 feet per minute. We got to be above 17,000 at Rams and 250 knots. So we'll pull the speed back to 250. Let's grab the weather over at Denver. Denver's 220 at 11. And scattered 9,000, broken 11,000, broken 22,000, 24 Celsius. Altimeter's 3028. 220 at 11, 28 on the altimeter. 3028. Get them speed brakes back out. God, the sunshine right there is so annoying. Did it come through? Yeah. This is my cat. That is my cat. She's put on a few pounds. I'm pretty sure my wife is sneaking her food when she's not supposed to. That cat should not look like that, but that's my cat. I have a cat that acts like a dog. Oh, yes. You have no idea. I have not seen a cat beg for food the way that she does. Ever. That is a very large cat. Oh, I think I got another one here over, too. Let's see. Here's my cat. She saw food and she got real excited, and she's just staring at it hungrily. She doesn't come to my office very often, but when she does, usually it's because I'm eating. Here's my cat hanging off the side of the couch. She was actually smaller than in that first one I showed you. I have one of her in the... Yeah. And then here's my cat in bed at my wife's foot, staring up at me like, what do you want, dude? Like, why are you up? Why are you waking me up? Will you stop making so much noise? She's adorable and I love her. My wife and the cat. One more. Look at her. Isn't she cute? Isn't that cat like the cutest thing you've ever seen? She's amazing. But she is real fat. My cat throws up if she... Yeah, our cat throws up if she eats too much at once, too. That's why we have to restrict the food. She needs a Catkins diet. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of dogs. I do not really care for dogs at all. So, for me, it's always going to be cats. All right, bring that rate of descent up a little bit. We got to be 14,000 to 15,000 crossing B done. So we've got plenty of time to get down there. And after that, 13,000 at Tushner. So once we cross B safe, we're going to drop our speed down to 210. And we'll be 210 until we get on the approach. We should get further instructions. We should get Denver approach here pretty soon, and then further instructions from there. I had to see what unrestricted food would look like. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we had to pull her back to 180 calories a day. She was at 250, and that was the recommendation for a 11-pound cat. No, she's down to 180 calories a day now. Do you know when to turn the standard switch off the altimeter? It's when you cross the transition altitude. So in the U.S., it's 18,000 feet. Every cat I've had was an asshole. I had one dog. He was the friendliest animal I've ever known. Nature made its choice with me, apparently. Fair enough, yeah. I mean, dogs are usually pretty nice, but dogs are a little too needy for me. Oh, yeah, we need to bring speed back. 210. Should have done that a while ago. We're going to miss this speed restriction, but it'll be close enough. Knock our rate of descent down here a little bit more. So we cross B done, get ourselves down to 13,000 at Tushner. And we'll be good to go. So just put approach phase. Because that takes us down to basically green dot speed. So they're there. So we'll go to approach phase. The altimeter is 2.8. Altimeter is 3028. So one cool thing about this plane is the, and I don't really use it all that often. 2.8 is the METAR that you can get here, and you don't get this with custom weather. So our full config, we're going to be approach speed of 137 knots, a landing speed of 129 knots. Some more speed break out.
Retard, retard, retard.
I got disconnected from PilotEdge. How did that happen? Denver Cactus 717, you have me?
Cactus 717, Denver Center, read you loud and clear now. Looks like the server just had a little bit of a crash. Squawk 3701 when able.
Okay, 3701 717. 7. Like he's supposed to be giving me descent instructions.
Do me a favor, squawk 6747.
Cody LV7 here for 6 months. Cody LV7, thank you very much for your continued support. I'm out of beer, or I'm out of drink.
Thank you. Radar contact 27
Cheers,
miles
my friend.
over the mile high VOR. Contact Denver approach 123.85.
2385 717. It was really quiet. He was supposed to be giving me further instructions, and it didn't happen. I looked at the map. I saw that I wasn't showing up anymore, so I reconnected.
Delta 2022 radar contact 22 miles west of the Twin Falls via wiring, and your request is approved.
Denver approach Cactus 717, 13,000 with the Denver weather. Oh, I activated approach phase.
Southwest 3587, Albuquerque Center, descend via the Bruiser 1 arrival, Phoenix altimeter 2983. Cactus 717, Denver approach turn right heading 180 back to the final. And verify
Reach on.
180 vector final, and we do have the Denver weather, Cactus 717.
Cactus 717, thank you. Expect visual approach runway 16 left, descend to maintain 9,000.
9,000, we'll expect that 717 heavy. Okay, 9,000. Let's go 1 notch flaps. And we'll go managed mode. Why is it wanting to go? No, you're not supposed to do that. You're in approach phase. You're not supposed to go that high on the speed. But I know why you're doing it, because you're above 10,000 feet and you're confused. We got the field. Okay, Lazy Pilot Rab, thank you very much for your 5 months. Cheers, my friend. I appreciate it. I can't cheers you right now because I gotta, you know, land a plane. Denver Tower 416 left. It's gonna be 35.3. 35.3.
Cactus 717, center maintain 7,000, report field inside 12 o'clock, 20 miles.
7,000 inside, Cactus 717.
Okay, 717, clear visual approach, only 16 left.
Go for the visual approach, 16 left, Cactus 717. Okay. The lights on here. Seatbelt signs. As soon as we get below 10,000 feet, we can put this thing into approach mode. That's one thing that bugs me about the JAR. So we're coming into a high altitude airport. We'd want to go approach mode at like 12,000 feet, 13,000 feet or whatever. This won't let you do it until you're below 10. So once we cross 10, I can go back into managed speed mode and we can start getting the speed back. Put the boards down. I want the boards out right now. Yeah, I need to get this altitude down right now. Okay, 16. Let's get lined up for the right runway here. Okay, now we can go to managed speed. Pull the nose up a bit here, start getting her slowed down. That way I can get some more.
717, heavy contact Denver Tower 135.3.
35.3, Cactus 717. My airplane. Turn the flight director off here. Don't need that anymore. Denver Tower, Cactus 717, visual 16 left.
Cactus 717, Denver Tower, wind 22011, runway 16 left, clear land.
Clear land, 16 left, Cactus 717. Okay, flaps 2 coming out. We'll get the speed brakes in. Auto brake medium, brake fan on.
Center,
Arm the auto brake, or arm the speed
127.67.
brake. Okay, flaps 2. Apparently we oversped the flaps. Whoops. Technically, we shouldn't fly through this cloud. I'm gonna make an exception, though. Okay, how far out are we? About 10 miles now. So we'll keep flaps. Oh no, flaps are supposed to be at 2, not 3. Okay, there's three red, 1 white. Keep trying to trim the plane. That's the wrong thing to do. Let's bring the nose up a touch here. Trying to get 2 white, 2 red. So there's a nice path coming in here. No storms whatsoever. Actually, the weather's pretty good coming in Denver. Not sure why I was ever even worried. Stoolie P, welcome aboard. Let's keep her lined up. But approach speed just a little bit sooner than I would have liked, but whatever.
2,500.
2,500 is checked.
Southwest 3587, yeah. Apparently we don't have that new frequency set up. Contact Phoenix approach now, 128.65.
Okay, at 2,000 feet, we'll drop the gear, and we'll go flaps full. Now, the ILS and everything else is configured for the right runway, like the 16 right, but we're landing on left, so I didn't bother to reconfigure any of that stuff.
Southwest 3587.
Okay, gears coming down.
Project information, Victor.
Gears in transit.
Southwest 3587, be advised, there's heavy, moderate to heavy precipitation over the Bruiser VOR, and it's 80 miles in diameter.
Gears down.
We have no reports on the tops.
3 green. Flaps are coming out full.
South 3587, expect visual approach runway 26.
Okay, gears down, 3 green. Flaps are set and indicated. Lights are on. Auto brake's armed. Speed brake is armed. Here we go. Screw it. I don't want the auto throttle on. I want this plane. My airplane. Well, as my airplane as you can get flying an Airbus. Let's be honest here. Especially a big, heavy one. Cross-checked. Slight right to left.
400. 300 above. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Float. Did you even know we touched down? I didn't. Okay, manual braking. Let's roll her down here to this high speed. It's going to be Foxtrot 6.
That's aircraft calling sick also.
All right. I'll take that. That was way better than the last few.
Cactus 717 Heavy, welcome to Denver. Turn left Foxtrot 6, contact ground 121.85.
Okay, Foxtrot 6, ground 0.85, 717 Heavy.
4545 Shot Tango, I wasn't talking to you. 45 Shot Tango, remain this frequency, I'll get back to you in a second.
Denver ground, Cactus 717 Heavy is clear. Foxtrot 6, looking for Bravo November.
Cactus 717, Denver ground, roger, taxi via Foxtrot to Bravo November.
Foxtrot, Bravo November, Cactus 717 Heavy. Have a great night. Okay. Q's coming up. If you bleed on while we're at it, let's go clean this thing up.
4545 Foxtrot Tango. Say again your request.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Denver. We made it. And I had plenty of extra runway left to take off again, yeah. W28, it's good to see you, man. Stayed on the runway. It was a good day. Your local P4L, good to see you. Jav Soto, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Plane lover, welcome aboard.
4545 Shot Tango, report when airborne.
I got disconnected again. Oh, whatever. PilotEdge went down again. We're not going to worry about it. I got disconnected. I wonder if anybody else got disconnected. I guess we'll wait and see. Finally landing after 7 hours. I know, dude. It was crazy. Such a long flight. Like right after 10 o'clock, just like I said it would be. Yeah, we got knocked off the network, though, so whatever. They're having some issues tonight, I think. But we'll go park. We'll check out the replay, and then we're gonna call it a night there. It's just gonna be the one flight tonight. I'm gonna come back on. I'm planning to come back on Sunday, do some IXEG stuff, probably around 2:30, 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon Eastern time. And then No Man's Sky returns again on Wednesday next week. Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern time. So I'd encourage you to come say hi. Sunday fun day indeed, yeah. Wife will be out of town. Actually, I think she might be back at that point, but I'm still gonna stream Sunday afternoon. I'm going flying Sunday morning. All things we get lucky. Why do I keep getting disconnected from PilotEdge? Everybody else stayed connected. Or for the most part, everybody seems to have stayed connected. This is the Tom Curtis scenery at Denver. It's actually really, really good scenery. I'm not sure it's worth 20, 25 bucks or whatever they're charging for it, but it's pretty good scenery. Sunday's a work day for McShady Pod. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's go back. Nah, dude, I gotta get some sleep. I got a long day tomorrow. Got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow, fortunately. Well, fortunately, actually, it's gonna be a good time. But it means that I absolutely do not have time. Wait, US Air didn't get bought by United, did they? They got bought by somebody else. I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna park here either way. B-17 sounds good to me. A330, that's me. This is off center, I think. Ah, too soon. Come on, come on, come on, come on. A little more. There we go. I missed it by like a half an inch. Okay, parking brake, ground spoilers, overhead panel. Here we got the APU online. I'll bring the beacon off. Turn the seatbelt sign can come off. And we'll yank engine 1 and engine 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Denver International Airport, where the local time is 8:08 p.m. Hope you all had a good flight. That was a good time tonight. I'm sorry we're just doing the one, but I'm lazy. All right, let's go to replay mode here. I'm off the PilotEdge.
1,000.
Speed.
Speed, 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 speed. There we go. Oh,
500.
look how majestic she looks
400.
coming in there. Look how beautiful that looks.
200.
It actually does look really cool. Now we'll see how this landing was. I think the landing was okay. I floated it a bit, but
50.
I think it was okay.
30. 20. 10. 5.
Oh, no. There was one wheel. Okay, so I thunked one wheel down pretty good. And then I try to get it back in line for the once you're on the ground, you can't really say anything about X-Plane because ground handling is so bad.
10. 20. 50. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
That wasn't terrible. That wasn't terrible. I'll take it. I mean, we missed the center line a little bit there, but that's cool. We got back on. Let's do one more. Uh-oh. Did it crash? I think the sim just crashed. Well then. That seems like as good a place as city to stop, Max. Good to see you, man. Oh, crap. Let's see who's streaming right now. Oh my gosh. Nobody. Am I the only person going right now? No, there's gotta be somebody else out there. I mean, you can say I had a reptile wrecker, AJ. I think AJ's mad at me right now, though. We won't talk about that, but I think I might have upset him the other day. I don't know, man. It's time to go. It's time to go watch some other. Go watch Moon Moon OW. If you want to see a fun streamer, go watch Moon Moon. It's definitely not, like, language is not safe for work. But that's where I'm going to go, is watch Moon Moon. So, guys, I want to thank you all so much for for sticking around. It was a good one tonight. I really had a good time. I'll be back hopefully Sunday afternoon with some IXEG, and I'm definitely going to come back on Wednesday with some more No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is going to go live on YouTube tomorrow morning, and yeah, thanks again, guys. Thanks again to all the people who donated, all the people who subscribed, and all the people who just showed up and said hello. So have a great night, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Where's the tunes? Toodles. I forgot to say toodles. I have to say toodles. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Good night, guys.